Needless to say, they're not going well.
No. So, we probably won't see it. Magnus, I think, as you said, they may be tempted. They may be tempted to revisit the Magnus.
We can see IO Gyro as well. Like that's a combo Admiral like a lot. They've picked the IO couple games. They got the IO Gyro in one of theirs in their opening series. They had that good comeback win against Boom ID with it, so it might make a showing. But that's the only scenario I think Gyro would be good and make sense.
Yeah. Well, as I say, we're just getting the lobby ready. Lobby sorted. Looks like the team's just getting themselves ready to kick the game off. As we've had a little bit of a break, had a little bit of a breather.
Yep. Are there any heroes you miss seeing? Like stuff that isn't getting picked as much anymore?
Well, yeah, any Pudge. Pudge is always fun to see. Fun heroes that we don't see. I know we get quite a good mix, I feel. Yeah. Oh, so the opening first picks are normally the same, but
yeah, it's pretty.
Yeah, pretty diverse
place,
at the moment.
I miss seeing Pango. I think he's one of my favorite heroes to watch for the ultimate.
Why is he sort of so just done at the moment? Like, is he really that bad? Surely.
His laning stage is very weak.
Yeah.
I think is the main thing. He's kind of squishy. His stats are pretty bad. But once he gets levels and some farm and some items, he's good. You know, gets a Blink Dagger, gets a survivability item, can be pretty impactful. But he doesn't like farm and win lanes the way these other core heroes do. But so we can have a vote. You guys in the Twitch chat.
Oh,
get involved.
Twitch chat.
Let your voice be known.
Let's see their expertise. Come on, guys. We're remembering this as well when the series is over to see if you guys were right or wrong. So hashtag Admiral indeed for Admiral Dota. Hashtag Tigers if you believe Tigers are going to take. Not just again. This is the whole series. Who do you think is going to be the team to qualify for the Corsair Dream League Minor and get one of those exclusive slots here at the LAN in Sweden?
Joining TFT, they're already guaranteed a slot, and then we don't know the other.
We have
7.
a guaranteed NA.
Oh yeah, Complexity.
Complexity, yeah. Complexity and TFT are already here.
Okay, already shaping up to be pretty juicy list of teams here at the minor.
Because what have we got? We got 2 EU teams.
Yep, 2 NA.
2 NA teams.
Then one from
SEA, one from China.
Yep.
One from SA.
Yep.
Who am I forgetting?
One from CN, China.
I said China.
One from
CIS.
SA?
Sorry, I forget CIS, but one from CIS, of course.
Which region did you say?
Which CIS is going to be starting pretty soon, probably, right?
Yeah.
Didn't it start at 1, is it not? I think maybe the first game.
I think the first game maybe, which was Spirit versus Esparta.
Yeah, sounds about right.
We'll do this one because it's the deciding.
Oh, yes. This is the big match. We'll probably be touching into CIS, or at least EU later. EU, I believe, will probably start in an hour from now.
Yep.
It starts at 5. Or it starts... Oh, okay.
Because EU only has 2 best-of-3s.
Oh, you're right. Because it's got less games.
Yeah, less games today.
Yeah. So we probably will see a bit of CIS, because I imagine after this, we'll check in on CIS, lads and ladies, so don't worry. After this whole series is over, of course, as this one just...
Where Na'Vi are doing well. They're in the finals.
Navi's in the winner bracket. The finals. Na'Vi made it through yesterday. They won the 2 series. They got themselves straight to that final matchup, so we could be seeing Na'Vi making it to the minor. So all very exciting. You got to remember, it's just 8 teams, so... When you have those 8 teams, the idea of winning that LAN and getting the slot in the major, I don't think is sort of inachievable for any of those teams. It's not, it's not like a 16-team crazy. It's manageable. It is manageable for all the teams. Like one of those teams is going to get that slot at the major. Of course, whoever wins the minor, it's a big toss-up. It could be anyone from around the world.
Interesting competitive tournament. Look at the teams like Infamous or some of the other developing Peruvian teams who are playing in the minor qualifier there. They're all very thirsty for it. They want this so badly. They haven't had many opportunities to get out. They're very skilled players as well. CIS, similar story. I think their SEA, these teams have not had many chances because Fnatic, TNC, Mineski last year, these guys took every single LAN slot. You never get a chance to play. And here it is, Tigers finally. Maybe this is it. They almost had their first chance at TI. They missed out on that.
Yeah.
But they're now 1 BO3 away. Admiral have gone through a lot of roster changes and shakiness over the months and years past. But they're making their name known in the SEA region as well. So excited to see who's at that Corsair Dream League Season 10 finals, as it is going to be such a great tournament with the kind of teams in Dota we've seen here in the qualifiers and we'll keep on seeing.
It's going to be a lot of fun. And obviously, minor itself, it is going to feel like it's it's basically an international LAN qualifier for the major, isn't it? For that last spot.
And I just realized we've had China going on, so there's been China games.
Oh, they've been on right now, haven't they? So what have we got?
Team Serenity's in the finals. That was from yesterday. They won through the winner bracket, and the lower bracket,
guys from TI, of course.
Newbie 2OD home. They're still in, and they're now playing against Royal Never Give Up, which is a mixed SEA China team. That's the team with Afu and 343. It's kind of like some of the ex-LFY players.
Yeah.
Monet's on the team.
Yeah.
And they're in Game 3 against Newbie. Sorry. Didn't give you guys a spoiler warning, but
you'll be able to find, of course, those Chinese games on some of the other Twitch streams if you do have to browse. But stick with us because we've got the exciting one starting here in SEA's Tigers versus Admiral. We just saw the Twitch chat. They did, you guys and girls, you went with Tigers. I think it was about 75% or so against the 25. So they believe in Tigers.
Okay.
I believe in Tigers here. And from what we saw today, I'd have to say, there's reason to believe in them. But you can't forget what Admiral did yesterday. Like they look like they had Tiger's number, and we'll see if they do so in this series. As the draft begins, bans on IO and Terrorblade. Admiral, they will ban it straight up. We saw Tigers take its second pick last game, and it did really sort of win them the game. Now, Arjit absolutely was that presence of that late game that allowed Tigers to turn around a match that otherwise they would have lost.
Yeah, and if you're not willing to pick it before them, you may as well ban it out. That's what Lowtech did not maybe learn. The first game, they just first picked it and couldn't win with it. Game 2, they versed it and couldn't beat it. So this is, the third option. Just ban it. Don't have to verse it. Don't have to have an answer. You just handled it in a more traditional way. See, Undying's, Lich is banned. Undying's getting probably one of the most banned here in SEA, I feel like. We just haven't seen it because most games isn't in the pool. And for IO, that also kind of stops that gyrocopter coming into play. Not that it's a scary hero, but the IO plus gyro, of course, is a scary combo.
No, for sure. I mean, we even saw what Admiral with the Luna, wasn't it, in that series against Admiral? I believe where Admiral Tigers stole the gyro and they scrapped the Luna.
Yep.
And that was pretty deadly. That Luna IO lane absolutely crushed the Keeper of the Light gyro lane that Tigers tried to put against Admiral on that top lane.
So Silencer, Phoenix, Wyvern, the supports that are still in the pool that are most prominent. We see some of those making an appearance. Otherwise, on the core role, some of those versatile cores still available, of course. PL still in the pool, the Miranas. Silencer going to get banned out.
Okay.
What they have in mind here.
The Wyvern's there, and they'll take it. Yep. Wyvern, as always.
As always.
If you don't ban it, they will choose it. And Admiral, open up with the Enigma.
Well, most games this hero was banned against them. Yeah,
because the people were scared of the offlane. They banned with the Brew, and they banned the Enigma. First phase bans against Admiral a lot of the time, and Enigma gets through for Admiral. They had no hesitation there. So we'll get to see firsthand how much of a threat the Admiral Enigma is, and they'll get a fantastic pairing with it as well. Shaker. So Shaker, Enigma in the game.
Okay, I like the
Shaker. A lot of wombo.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good team fight.
Oh, yeah.
Going to produce some high entertainment stuff here. Shaker down here. So, yeah, I imagine they will be laying together, at least initially. Shaker protecting the Enigma, securing his lane a bit.
Yeah.
Should be good. So as for Tigers, what kind of heroes doing against the Enigma? We're denying creeps, pulling the weight back. Maybe you want like a PL. We carry to have.
Yeah, if you do want to just grab one of those cores early, as they do like to sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that big. So, I mean, they're
wow, just straight for
it's moving up the ranks. We saw what they used to sort of leave at the end, then third pick last series. Now, bam, grab a say. We wish that they got the flexibility that they absolutely can play at 1437 with the Wyvern, maybe less so.
Yeah, I think
because he loves playing the Wyvern.
I think it's almost certainly a core because of the Wyvern.
Okay.
I don't see the Zephyr playing either of those heroes, but it's still flexible because it can go any of the 3 lanes. We've seen them run the side lane Lina.
Yeah.
They've done Lina with Wyvern in the off lane. They've also done Lina mid.
I mean, do you really think, because as you said, in that sort of sense, it does seem like it is going to be the core with that sort of theory. Is it then necessary to grab it this early? Like, is it really that valuable of a hero to get in your dream on that you grab it this quickly? Because, I mean, against the 2 heroes, Enigma and Earthshaker, it's not like the Lina's amazing against them, is it? Or anything like that?
It's nothing crazy special. I think what we were seeing, was it yesterday, they were Lina was getting banned down in the second stage maybe, so they just want to make sure it doesn't get banned out. the synergy with the Wyvern is just very strong.
Yeah.
And the item build, we're seeing In Your Dream do a kind of different item build, going for the Aether Lens, going for the ranged spell casting, so he can just use the Yules from longer range. He can use his LSA from further away, which has even better synergy with the Winter's Curse setup. And I imagine we'll see him playing it. I would maybe even lean more towards in the off lane than the mid lane. But depending on what kind of core heroes make sense for Ajit in this game.
I feel like he has had some really good side lane performances on it. So yeah, if they can feel like they can get a certain matchup, it's going to be that strong, they'll go for it.
5 seconds remaining.
Admiral.
Yesterday they had 0 games of Lina, which makes me think it was banned out, which is why they first do picking, because they're like, let's just get it. We know they keep winning with Lina. Like all their wins with Lina. They all 3 of their.
Is it literally
2 of their games? I think against Low Tech on day 1.
Yeah.
But both their games just now, right?
Yeah. Yeah. No, you're right. They pick it a lot. They win with it a lot.
So we'll see Spectre, Kunkka banned out, Mirana, TA, pretty standard stuff. So the TA ban just suggesting, we might run the Lina mid. Doesn't have to be, but it does stop them. It does keep that option open. Since almost certainly it will be a core Lina. So just protecting it a little bit and giving them options.
What do they want to do, Admiral?
So they're against these long cooldowns, or Admiral playing around the long cooldowns. For Tigers, I think that's something you can try and exploit with fast-paced heroes.
Treant Protector. Okay. So again, sort of more setup for the team fight and such. If Lina is on the side lanes, is one of those heroes that can sort of be abused a bit with the punches. Lina's pretty squishy. You get on top of her, force her out of those lanes.
Maybe a safe lane securing Treant Protector. Don't really see Earthshaker as fitting that role. He's more the guy to roam around, do some vision blocks off lane, maybe
gank mid.
Yeah, gank mid. I think you want a mid hero that can benefit from this. Okay. We'll see the Chen. So Chen will be on the Radiant safe lane. Chen versus the Enigma is similar to the Chen versus the Lich that we saw last game, where you just have a hero that can dive the tower. They're going to deny, pull the wave back, have ability to gank them, and punish them. So makes a lot of sense, and also just shows Tigers are going to stick to their comfort heroes. It's something that Demon likes to do. We've seen time and time again. Weaver. Okay.
I like it. So I think this hero is a little underplayed in the SEO region. Sort of seeing some other regions it gets prioritized a bit more. Very strong, and sure that there's the burst of the Lina, but other than that, the catch wise, you should be feeling pretty safe at the moment.
And it seems like a pretty strong lane with the Treant. You've got the root, the setup, he can pop out, both of them coming out of Invis. I mean, it makes sentries extra value, so there'll definitely be sentry wards on the Wyvern's side, but...
Yeah. And sure, they got, but the living armor is going to be really nice for the Weaver as well. Sort of allowing him to play aggressive, maybe in dive towers for opportunities.
Yeah, so it's always an interesting battle when you have these Treant Weaver type lanes and there's sentries coming in. Both sides will be buying them, dewarding and decentering the sentries, etc. Living armor does feel very nice this game. Blocking a lot of that damage, allowing Weaver to play more aggressive.
Yeah.
And Tigers, what are they thinking here? They've got Winter's Curse as far as being able to stop a BKB Black Hole. They may think that's just enough for them. I don't think you need to just go all in and pick some heroes to cancel it, but you might want another option. Like I think a Beastmaster type hero could be very good here. They've run a lot of Axe in the offlane as well. That's a possibility. Yeah,
Beast. I mean, we saw what Beast been playing in CIS, and it looked pretty good, Beastmaster still. So if you do, as you say, want that way to deal with Black Hole, slide it in there. Tigers, do they want to show that, and or will they just hope to sort of bring out that Argit hero maybe?
What do you want to play? Could do the PL versus the Weaver, which is kind of matchup that goes both ways.
Yep.
With the Chen, kind of want maybe a hero that the Chen can gank for, but at the same time we could also see him play the PL mid or something. I guess right now you don't know the mid, so you're kind of going a bit blind. The Lina is flex, but I guess if you get PL and Lina, you can adjust those lanes as needed. They'll do something totally different.
And the Void.
Void versus Weaver, that's
that's
the direct cannon.
Absolutely, one of the ways you want to play against a Weaver.
Where's the Void gonna lane? Void with Chen sounds pretty bad, but you might just have to beat that.
Overall, sure, you can get the Weaver, but still, I don't know how much of an... I don't think other than that, it's really that good of a Void kit. Like, the root can be very annoying, for the Treant in terms of time walk around. You get overgrowth, you're going to get caught in position. There's a fair bit of stun and disable, and if we get the BKB and such, Shaker's going to be causing issues for you trying to chase down a kill. And of course, the big one, for me at least, is the fact that there is a Treant in the game. If you're not chronoing the Treant, someone gets chronoed, Living Armor's going to come out, and it's not going to be as simple as just getting the kill in the chrono. There's going to be that chance for even Weaver to be kept alive unless sort of you have a whole team with you fighting around chronospheres. So they've got ways to counter it, I feel, Admiral.
And I think Void's just a hard hero in general to play right now and fit into drafts. He's not very impactful when Chrono's down. A lot of these other big ulti cooldown dependent heroes like Enigma with Black Hole offer so much else at other stages, like Enigma with the lane dominance, the farming, the ability to push waves. Void doesn't farm particularly fast, doesn't push waves, doesn't have strong laning. He's just this big ultimate to counter certain heroes. So he only fits in certain drafts where, you have your Void Phoenix or a Void countering a Weaver. He's very situational, and even in those situations, you still see, you've counterpicked this Weaver, but you've all these other problems because you had to draft a Void.
It really is that, yeah. It's sure great against the Weaver. Everything else, a little less so.
So Invoker banned out, looking at things that would synergize with the Void. I think you need to draft around the Void when you have one. That's just the nature of the hero. They banned Tinker, which means they are probably picking something that they don't want to have to deal with a Tinker, because Tinker's, I guess it's okay versus Void with the laser. If he's outside the chrono with an Aether Lens, you can give the mischance, but...
Well, what do you get that's going to synergize really nice with the Void? I mean, anything else that can sort of help go through BKB? And so I guess obviously already the chrono can be used. There's a bit of an answer. They're going to go for the Axe, so put Lina back in the middle lane. Yep. And take Axe to the side then.
Yeah, Axe with Wyvern. So yeah, Lina with her range is not a bad Void partner. With some items, can scale pretty well. I don't know. It just feels a little bit of an awkward lineup around a Void. Like, there's already things in this game that's on sort of his own team that the Void's got to be careful about chronoing around. If Axe gets a good call, you got to make sure you wait. You don't want to stop people hitting the Axe and doing damage to themselves. Same with the Curse. You've got to be very careful with sort of the waiting, and that sort of time of waiting makes it kind of clear to Admiral when a potential chrono is going to be coming in, because you've got sort of these setups that you don't set up with and then you go with the chrono. You got to wait. So Admiral's going to get a chance to get in position with Shaker Enigma. They've got a Tiny as well. Another one of sort of the nightmares for a Void because of how much burst damage it is, and they do have a good amount of stun between him and Shaker. So if they hunt down the Void in the mid game, it's going to be, I think it could be a tough Void game. It really could be. This is. I'm not sold. Doesn't sound like you're sold about the Void. Also, just feels like his lane could be rough. Enigma's going to deny a lot of farm. There's a Chen supporting him. It's not easy. He's not going to free farm, and could be tough. So
I think so. Predictions, ladies and gentlemen, we got to do them. The chat, you guys were saying Tigers are going to take this series. Maybe they will, but game one, I think I've got to go with Admiral Dota.
Okay. I will too. The OD Pixel 100% guarantee so far.
We've been doing it every single game we've called correctly. We'll warn you, chat, for the Tigers fans out there. We've predicted every game. Maybe this is where the curse kicks in and suddenly we get them all wrong. But so far today we've been on the ball. We're going with Admiral Dota as a unit, and as I say, I'll be interested to see how well the Void can do this game, but there are a lot of things that could cause a lot of issues.
He's going to struggle at it, for sure. Like, we've kind of talked about the reasons, so I think you have to look at the other cores and what they can do.
Yeah, who's going to be able to step up.
Axe, I think, can have a good game. Axe Wyvern, very strong lane, a lot of harass. Axe can farm a lot. If he gets a fast blink and starts getting kills all over the map, that's one way they can win. Axe with Lina, it's a great setup. You've got Lina with Wyvern, so the team fight, the synergy between the Tigers heroes is very good. So even if Void has a good game, I don't think that's instantly GG, but we're still talking about the team's carry having a bad game, and that's never a good sign. Whereas on the other side, Tiny, Enigma, Weaver, all three of these heroes should do just fine this game. Arjit's actually playing the Lina.
I was going to say, it's fun to see, again, sort of the switching around of these players. So yeah, Arjit, Lina, and In Your Dream playing the Faceless Void. So let's see. Tigers, Admiral Dota, game one. Let's see what lanes.
Coming up with the LSA early on just to mess with the Treant, give him fewer options. Not going in just yet. He's going to see all his trees go bye-bye fairly soon. Actually, he gets hit by this.
30 seconds to battle.
Hello. But I'll see those last few trees maybe even being deleted as well, but not the case. Chen actually sent back the Lina, so some very efficient plays.
Yeah, make sure he's got that mana back.
And having LSA level 1 mid, totally fine. You can mess with it. Against melee heroes, you typically want to get this because you mess with their last hits when they go in for denies and whatnot. Against rage heroes, you don't normally, you go for the 2-0-1 build. But
The battle begins.
can In Your Dream get to this rune time? No. He sees the Shaker and back off. Now we actually 3 bounty runes going Dire's way. And top one not being picked up. Hard to get bounty runes with Chen, just not a hero that fights very well level 1. And Axe actually going for the spin, not for the battle hunger, which is more the build. We saw Moon actually prioritizing this spell in the other game we were seeing where he maxed it by level 7, wanting to have more of the farming potential. But given that you've got a Wyvern in the lane, I wonder if this was intentional or not. Seems like not the best spell to start with at level 1.
Yeah, especially sort of against a Weaver core, unlikely that he's ever going to get in range of getting hit by the spins. Try and keep his distance. Actually does get hit by 2 there, though, as he's a little too close to Moon.
Yeah, Shaker's coming up there. They're trying to get the kill. He wasn't expecting this.
Yeah, Moon gets caught out. That's first blood for Admiral. The Treant will just escape as well. 1437 unable to finish him off in trade. So nice rotation there from the Shaker.
Very well done. Bottom lane Void just kind of being left somewhat alone for now. Chen is in the neighborhood, but this lane's going to be getting pulled back constantly by Eidolons, and Chen Void just don't have really that kill potential unless Void gets some incredibly lucky bashes, and ideally to do that he needs a few levels in the bash. So it does feel like lanes that should go pretty well for Admiral across the board. Not landing all of these Splinter Blasts as well, which is a lot of mana being expended here.
Let's see the chase and Moon.
As the Beetle's still on him with the Fissure. These right clicks are going to start doing a lot more damage after the minus armor starts kicking in.
Doesn't want to dive any further though.
Doesn't have Gemini yet.
Yep.
So,
bottom lane, pressure's onto Bocarina.
yeah, oh, he's got the Harp. I was about to say, they're playing super aggressive here, and now we see why. Harpy doing a lot of damage in Harass, and one of the best creeps you can get early on.
Yeah, for sure, and just in terms of just a lot cheap and easy damage output. It's top lane Moon getting gone on again.
May just be dead here. Wants to bring some heroes down with him. He does some good damage, so kind of death you kind of look at and sometimes think, okay, maybe it wasn't too bad. But it is still his second death, and he's still not having a great time. We'll TP right back to lane. Dire side is getting lower on regen. Something they may need the courier out for their lane fairly soon. And it is still a tri lane, so they are still, you know, considering it's a 2v3, if they can do well in these other lanes, you don't really mind seeing a few deaths on the Axe.
Shooting the burner to try and kite the 2 supports. Trying to find that angle with a Fissure potentially if they do get too far forward, and maybe again 1437 this time as he steps up.
Just be dead here.
Well, that's another one.
I don't think he expected the Treant to be underneath him when he flew in forward. He was going for some extra value with the Arctic Burn and instead gets greedy.
Yes, bottom lane. Trade and farm between the 2. A slight XP advantage here from the Enigma, of course.
Yep. Has his soul ring out there now, so he's happy. Doesn't need any more help, or even the courier anytime soon now that he's got that. Back at top, this sentry, very useful to make sure the Treant doesn't do too much as far as getting aggressive and leaving this tower. So despite the deaths up top, but you can see in the kind of CS that things are actually going just fine for the Axe. 14 CS, it's only 17-3 on the Weaver, but kills will give some nice gold.
Well, this time around, I'll get away with the aggression. They get the kill. They're able to chase down at least the Treant, but now, I mean, Talib, he's going to look to fight back. Cold Embrace is going to be there to heal up 1437. But the short respawn time, of course, being just 4 minutes in. They are going to have the Treant back in on this. So they can maybe see if they can find some kills in response to Living Armor. It's going to start healing up Talib. They've already found the Chen. 1437 falling very low here as the Wyvern goes down to double kill for Boomy. Can they get Mumianda as well, though? That's the question. They don't have the bugs back
gets
available.
the mana for a fissure. But what a Centaur stun.
Yeah. And that is a stun that will buy time for Moon to get back to safety. But still, overall, the kills favoring Admiral Dota.
It's Tiny's getting destroyed mid. Big CS advantage going the Lena's way, or at least decent CS advantage.
Up top, Fisher. Ooh, that's a good block.
Yeah.
It's a good block. He does have the cold embrace.
The Beetle's still on the Axo. Okay, it gets removed now. And he'll be kept alive with it. Bounty runes coming up. Weaver's going. Does he have? If he gets the bottle with this, that's so good for him. I believe he may have bought. Did he buy one from the side shop? Yeah, he picked up the bounty rune. Then he bought the bottle afterwards. That's fine. He still has the other one.
He's still pretty much full HP and mana.
Can bottle up his teammate too. Yeah, I love this. Just saves your shrine. Often in 5 minutes, you're like, oh, we're super low. We've been harassed. Got to go shrine. But when you can buy a bottle instead, it means you can save that shrine for later. And this top lane is, it's like, you just win your lane when you get these 5-minute bounty runes with bottles. 5 kills to 1, but still fairly even in terms of the actual farm exchange happening. Overall, only an ever so slight lead for Admiral in terms of overall net worth.
Tigers stepping forward once again. See if Shaker can get around in time to block off 1437. No, he's going to hold on to the Fisher, but Moon now. He could be the new target. They'll go for the Fisher. It is going to block Moon in. Can they get the kill though? Chen's up as well. So Tigers will be fine. Admiral having a little bit of a tougher time actually finishing off the kills each and every time now. The levels now starting to add up on the Radiant side. Talib. Very low.
Now, but yeah. Doesn't want to go back in. Wants to hold on to that salve. And Trina top's been called in.
The stick charges and the heal from the Seed. Is it enough? No. The blast from the Shadow Tormentor will finish off that kill. Fisher is available, Moon. Now could be the one in trouble. He's got the cold embrace heal. And it looks like that'll be enough to keep him fine. So Tigers...
Crazy messy lane.
Yeah, gets some kills now back in their favor. It's a little too tough for Admiral Dota to get those kills now with the levels and the cold embrace. Even just the Shadow Tormentor having that HP regen aura.
Just constant aggression coming in. See Chen sending back the Wyvern who was out of mana. One way to kind of, you know, your opponents have this bottle and keep healing up. Well, we got this Chen send back. We'll send heroes back. They'll TP in the lane. We'll see how things pan out here. I like that Trina's not gone for the Nature's guys. He only gets it now at level 4. He had 2 points in Leech Seed early. He knew all his trees had been chopped down. There was a Sentry Ward in lane. And really, he wouldn't have gotten any value out of having Nature's guys. So extra skill points in others. Oh, wow. Great play. Good rotation from Tiny.
Void was not expecting that at all.
Great way to use your first black hole as an Enigma. Solo killing the enemy carry.
No, all top lane. So they can get Zephyr, trying to get themselves on top of the easiest target. Weaver waits out sort of the call and now gets himself involved. Take charges, pop Zephyr. Should go down on the Chen. And for the Shikuchi from Talib, they'll chase down and find that kill. Moon and 1437 unable to really get any trades this time round. As the Shaker and the Trina are able to keep their distance.
That's a bloodbath. Void's come in with a Chronosphere, but the Fisher's going to block them all off.
Yeah, doesn't really want to chrono the Shaker or the Trina. No. Wants that Weaver kill. He is level 6 in comparison to the Weaver's level 4, and Weaver's still very squishy, so he's a chance.
This Trial versus Trial is like no one's getting XP, everyone's constantly forced to fight. Every time a hero's been clicked, they have like a magic stick with 10 charges. I feel like Weaver's had a 10-1 charge like several times already. And lane rotations are going to happen. Axe goes bottom with the Void TPing top. So they want this level 6 Void up against the under-leveled Tri lane. Given that he's got Chronosphere, they feel like he can farm fine up here and he's going to get levels, whereas Axe, very under-leveled, is going to get the solo lane and be the one to deal with the Enigma.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Got his effort. Being found out, Tiny's there as well. The Chen, he's got the cold embrace. The Tiger's coming over with the backup, but at the same time, Weaver's looking to fight as well. Shikuchi's over. They will use the Chronosphere in an attempt to get the kill on Tiny. He's got a stick charges. He's walking away. He'll turn with the toss. Is he actually going to survive this? He is. Or maybe not. They jump forward. They've got the Shadow Tormentor. They do get the Tiny, but they've lost both supports. Looking for those bashes onto the tree.
Can he go in time?
Yes, he can. He's fine. And now the Void.
Void might be in some trouble if he's not careful. He's going to try to turn and fight initially. And no fissure, it looks like. Shockwave on through. What a...
They do get that tiny kill with the chrono. Void does survive.
Yep. Ends up being all right for them. First chrono of the game. Not the amazing team fight you'd maybe often hope for, but similar to the Enigma Black Hole, just use that first big ulti to solo kill an enemy core. As bottom lane, Enigma has managed to take the tier 1 tower. Axe was definitely level starved, so even though Axe versus Enigma would normally on paper be okay to kind of defend with, this is a level 6 Axe versus a level 9 Enigma. 10-minute runes. Weaver's going to get there first. Goes in, 1437, has a cold embrace, I imagine, but will probably still die. Nope, he's got help. He's got teammates to kill the Beetle, and they'll scare off the Weaver.
Very close in the numbers at the moment. Just less than 1k advantage for Admiral, but they do have those kills.
This lane has skyrocketed in terms of overall farm. Full, like, 1,500 gold ahead of Tiny almost. Took the mid-tier 1 tower while Tiny was rotating around the map, which gave her a lot of gold. And on the dire side's the Enigma, who's farming very well as the Helm of the Dominator and good ways to the Blink. And Weaver, good farm, but not very good levels, which is definitely a hero I'd say that does want those early levels.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Oh, some sentry drop down as well. Underneath the tower, right? So Admiral know about this. So they were trying to see if they could get lucky with an attempted play onto Dalib. It's not going to be the case, at least for now.
May still secure the tier 1 tower, even though you can see the sentry.
Yeah.
No one wants to go near it to deward it. TP coming in though. And there we go. Weaver's going to take the sentry out. He's still in base. They lost the sentry though.
The Laguna Blade's going to be used on the tree, but he gets
sentry.
the living armor off in time. There's the black hole. Comes down onto the two of them, but the Light Striker Ray is there to cancel it. Time warp forward from the Void. He's got the chrono up as well as he gets both of them in it. They'll get the Enigma. They'll get the Shaker. The Winter's Curse also holding in place the Weaver as he can't get the time lapse off. Tigers. Very nicely bringing in the team up top. Having that Chronosphere ready for the turnaround. And having that heads-up play there as well from Arjit straight away in position to cancel the black hole with the light strike.
Yeah, really. They recognized that it wasn't a tower that was going to be a freebie. Often these tier 1 tower pushes around this stage when you bring in 3-4 heroes are free. But Admiral, they stuck around. They wanted to defend it. So Lena's like, okay, you're going to defend it. I'm going to make sure I'm there as well. So this fight goes in our favor because it's going to be a key one. And the black hole was good, but Lena was better positioned and found a way to turn it around. So things continue to go pretty well for Tigers here. The early kills that Admiral were getting in the lane never really amounted to a gold lead, as farm was pretty even in the lanes, and now it's Tigers who are kind of starting to pull ahead.
Oh, very close there. I mean, he's completed yours. At that point, you've got to be careful if your heroes like this Weaver. That burst combo, very potent at this stage of the game, with the slightly slower start the Weaver's had because of that Chaos top in terms of farm. In terms of kills, he's looking great. 3-1 and 5 with what's been brought to him up top. Tigers, they want to make a play onto the Enigma. He's looking to be in a lot of trouble, as he does have a Treant with him, but I'm not sure the Treant's going to do anything in terms of trying to save this, as that is a dead Enigma.
Yeah, they smoked their way down there. Anjit hoping find and secure the kill for his team. There's a lot of heroes rotating down there, so quite a big investment for them in some ways. But they've got Theben, Wyvern is doing his thing, farming lane, pushing him out, as he loves to do. And across the board, it's Tigers who now have the pretty strong item time with the Lena, already level 12 with a Yule Scepter. That's been scouted here. Doesn't look like she'll find someone to go on. In fact, it's getting gone on herself.
Yeah. The light strike, though, does stop the two of them. They'll still get the Fissure out.
Yeah, they were looking for a blink, toss Echo, I believe. But they'll get the kill.
Welcome to the abyss.
All right, so Admiral. I mean, so far, it really is no one's getting left behind. Everyone's pretty much at the same place at the moment. Now seeing the Weaver trying for a bit of a solo kill onto 1437, but Zephyr's there with the army, so Talib's got to be careful. He does have now the tree going in, but oh, the bait! That was nearly very, very nice there. As it were, the Weaver will survive, but he had the sentry down. He just sort of went AFK by his neutrals, and the Weaver went for it. Got stunned, got bursted, nearly died, and did have the living armor and the stick charges. But nice attempt there from the chat.
And Void will be going Battlefield, going for some a bit more greedy option, but given the state of this game and how good of a start he had, seems to be a decent option. It just makes up for the fact Void is a hero that lacks that farming capability, that wave clear. You want Axe to be playing more of the ganking role. You don't want him pushing out waves, so Lina alone is a good wave clearing hero, but you generally want to have at least 2 cores on your team pushing out waves, farming.
Yeah, I think yeah, for that reason, and just for sort of because of the team around you, you've got heroes like the Axe and the Wyvern, 2 heroes that have got setup spells that are going to draw people together. So you come in with a Chrono, there are going to be people grouped up. You're going to get a lot of efficiency out with the damage in terms of cleave damage.
Axe has the Blink Dagger, I believe.
Yeah, just picked it up.
Coming out on the Courier, and he TP's probably looking to set up for a smoke gank with his team. Most of the Admiral side, several of them down here on the bottom. They're pretty split up though, so there should be some good targets to find here for the Axe. We'll see if Tigers can sniff them out. Looks like Lina's smoke did pop there next to Observer Ward, immediately dewards it, but he still have eyes on Allison here in this mid lane. Is he the target going to go for? You actually get smoked in.
We're getting just on the tip of the core. Look at the light strike as well, but a fish is going to be thrown out to disrupt the combo. Overgrowth, tossing the 2 of them. That's going to set it perfectly for the Echo Slam and the Black Hole to come into play as Admiral Dota get both of them. Double kill for Boccarino.
Moomy and on the receiving end of some aggressive tips there after that initiation. He went in for the blink call, only caught the one, and it was a very tanky one as Tiny able to survive his way through it. And a great turnaround, the surprise factor. They just got the Axe blink and they were like, sweet, let's go. But on the other side, Shaker, he has an incredibly fast blink this game. I don't believe Tigers knew about that because they got destroyed in that fight.
Well, they've got to be careful, Tigers, when they look to take the team fight, because sure, they have the ones that they do have a decent team fight themselves, but overall, just the ease of being able to turn it around with the ults that Admiral Dota have. Sort of overgrowth, and as we saw there, the Black Hole and Echo Slam. Very hard to fight into the Tigers. If they go for a full 5-on-5, and they need it to be perfect, then they do need to get sort of the bigger than just a one-man call at the start. They have to get one of those team fighters.
Yeah, this is definitely the downside of the Void Battlefield. We're talking about what's good. Well, the bad thing is you don't really have a fighting item. He's just going to have... He didn't have it completed, so he's just like, well, I got to keep farming my Battle Fury. You go this build, you don't really want to look to be fighting. If he has like a Mask of Madness, he can just go join in. He can get a Shadow Blade type build and be a lot more active. But there's definitely downsides when he's the one that needs to kind of stop the Enigma Black Hole. I think he's probably going to prioritize catching the Enigma in the Chronosphere as much as possible, just because the rest of his team will struggle to counter Black Hole.
Top lane Void, he did realise that heading up here, looking around for him, so I'm not sure himself. Keep heading. Moon, let's clean up some Ancients, halfway towards the Blade Melt. That's top. I said he was going to stay hidden. He got the greed, got him. He came back, showed himself in the lane, and suddenly 3 heroes on Admiral Dota show up and give them a big surprise.
Yeah, this Shaker's been so impactful, showing up in the right places, setting up all these kills for the team, and just playmaking capabilities, helping Admiral find these kills, and up to a 14-8 kill lead, but a pretty small gold lead still, as Moon is set up to defend this top lane potentially.
Let's get the call.
Next Centaur's done.
The Weaver.
Nicely played.
Is it enough though? There's backup for this Weaver, and indeed Weaver's fine. Absolutely, he's full HP. Over Yules. And he's able to Shikuchi to the side. Again, there is another call though. He doesn't Shikuchi himself away from the Axe.
Oh, and Shaker went in with the Blink Echo. That didn't do too much damage. He should be going down here as well.
So Tigers get themselves the double kill for Moon. As it looked like there, sort of Admiral Dota, we're going to have the chance to to sort of avoid that attempt.
I was wondering if Moon would tip now. I was like, oh, come on, Moon. They just double tipped you and you just destroyed them in that fight. Where's the tip, man? And he gives one back.
So, yeah, I mean, at the moment, definitely sort of the close game we'd hope it to be. As both sides having quite a formidable fight, team fight-wise, when they have full 5 men around. And up top, as we saw there, Tigers bringing the entire lineup. And it's enough to turn it. Get that. Those, well, the Shaker's always obviously nice, but the Weaver, that's the big one. Slowing down this Weaver. Trying to keep him behind the Void. Making sure they can sort of get on that route to being a nightmare head. And obviously with the Void having the Battle Fury, he should be able to start to really step up that pace of farm.
Alright, so as things play out now, Admiral probably going to be looking to fight around this BKB on Enigma. They've definitely got most of their key items right now. And on the Radiant side, they are looking to kind of continue this status quo, winning these fights using their the big ultis of the Chronosphere, the Axe initiations as well. Now that he's got Blade Mail, the Axe pretty much got everything he needs, at least for the foreseeable future. In the late game, he'd love to have some more items, but just having Blink, Blade Mail, Vanguard, that's like your bread and butter. That's your key mid-game items. Lena's pretty well farmed, is ready to kind of continue fighting as well.
And Roshan, obviously, for Dire, maybe a little bit easier to take when they want to start to look towards it. Having sort of the Weaver and the Eidolons. But even then, team fight for both sides around that area is going to be absolutely fantastic. So when it does come to that point, you got to be careful. A big Chronosphere or a big black hole from each respective side could turn the tides of any fight.
Yeah, it's good. Both sides have those kind of game-winning plays they can make. Even outside, even from the supports, the Shaker, the Wyvern, some of the best team fighters in the business. As the smoke's going to come out here. Void's been scouted. Whoa. Oh, they've got the roots for him.
This is a big one to find.
Are they? Oh, they don't want to go from there, but they're afraid of it.
Now they're in position. Straight up with the burst, not a chance for the Void. They'll even put the black hole onto nothing.
A celebratory black hole, maybe.
Coming out there. The Void is now there'll be a buyback. He wants to play it. He knows that there's no black hole. He'll get the Chronosphere straight up onto the Treant. And onto the Tiny 2. Do they have the damage? There's the jump with the Echo Slam. They're looking for the burst. There's been... Ooh, Enigma. Jumping in with just a Malefice, of course. No black hole at the ready. So that's a buyback from the Treant. Looking to get himself re-involved in the fight. The call from Axe does manage to find Bocarino, but the living armor's there. Bocarino's fine for now. Axe sort of separated from the rest of his team because of the Fissure, and indeed Void. He's dead for 70.
Got comboed by Tiny again. The Tiny, once his combo came back up. Yeah.
Moon's got to run. I don't know if he's going to get the chance. There's the jump forward. Overgrowth comes out. They're going to expect more buybacks. A buyback on the Wyvern, but it's not going to be enough to save the Axe. The living armor keeps the Shaker alive. There's the Tiny in again. The Cold Embrace buying some time for the Lena, but Admirals surround him. They'll punch him down. Oh, it all just fell apart pretty quickly there for Tigers. As that's the dieback, as you said, on the Void.
Yeah.
They couldn't get the kills that they were buying back for. And now they may even just lose the tier 2 tower. It was a close game. And, you know, they're still in it. But that was quite a swing to give up.
Yeah, both sides struggling to land some of those big spells. And speaking of diebacks, there's a second one.
2 diebacks at 23 minutes on this team.
It was like 7 total kills. I think did Chen die in that fight? I assume he did. At least 6. I want to say 7 kills with 2 diebacks. Wow. And while Enigma completely whiffed.
So, a premature celebratory black hole. He knew what was going to happen. He'd seen the future.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't need this. I'm going to just throw this away here.
Yeah, that was the one way to guarantee they win the fight, in fact. You know, if he black holed heroes, it would have gone worse.
That's why the Void bought back. It was like, there's no black hole. I'm buying back. I'm Chrono, and we're going. So it was really the 300 IQ level play from Bocarino.
Yeah. It was a fantastic fight. Tiny getting multiple Avatos combos off, and it was the way they could disengage. Like, they burst down the Void, They kind of disengage a little bit. Other than, obviously, Enigma, who wasn't on the same page. And then next combo comes back up. He kills another hero. Third time,
oh boy,
the Void's brought back. He come back in the fight. Another combo comes out.
And I mean, this Enigma's just so rich as well. Like, he's top net worth.
Jeez, yeah.
He's got a blink and a BKB. I think he's even still got 800 gold on top of that as well. He's nearly level 18, so he's nearly got that 3rd point in the black hole. Right, he is looking deadly. All 3 cores, as you can see, of course, after the course of that fight in the middle lane. Admiral Dodo having them all at the top. Tigers, they let a lot slip away there. They cannot afford to do that again.
Yeah, so what do they need to do to prevent that? I think Void is kind of hard. He just doesn't have the attack speed, I think, right now, like to actually do a whole lot of damage even when he chronos people. Like, he just treads Battle Furies alone. Even if he gets a Shadow Blade, it might help him get better chronos off, but without an attack speed item, it just always feels underwhelming to chrono people, and you're relying on your teammates to finish off anyone caught in a chronosphere. The clutch living armor plays are coming in.
I mean, that's sure, the Lena's less, but again, with this Void, you don't really have an insane amount of damage to throw in from outside the chrono.
Yeah, and this Lena's being jumped by the Shaker every single fight. That's like, the Shaker's just sees Lena, Blink Echo. I mean, at top, it kind of backfired because he was too tunnel visioned on the game plan of just using spells on Lena. Might get better with this BKB, but even still, you could get Blink Echoed before you get it off. And if you're Lena, you just preemptively, if you're hitting someone in chrono, you just pop BKB so you protect yourself. You might have to. They're ready to go again. Black Hole's back up. Ocarina is ready to unleash his fury once more. Well, there were pings. I think they saw the Eidolons being summoned mid from the smoked up heroes, so it seems like they know. Well, maybe Zephyr didn't understand. The rest of the team were hiding in the base.
What do you mean they didn't understand? So, and then they're coming down mid. What? What? What does that mean? Oh, uh-oh.
English isn't his first language, okay?
Are they communicating? I guess they are probably using English to. Yeah.
It's a mix of
maybe literally didn't understand. But I'm sure that...
He's from Indonesia, so yeah. It's not his second language, English.
Oh. That's another buyback. Right. Oof. Let's see what they can do. They've got a Chronosphere.
They just BKB on Lena too.
Yep.
Not
I don't know if they're
I don't think you
half dead.
Yeah, but do you want to go fight into Enigma Black Hole and all that good jazz?
Uh-oh. It's the 9K. This game is really starting to slide away for Tigers. Some few unfortunate calls being made. And now they're struggling. That's Admiral Dota. Who are they going to find here in the mid? Alistair, he's looking for the setup. He jumps in. He's got the combo onto the Wyvern. Winter's Curse comes out. It's not going to do anything, and that's going to be both supports falling. Zephyr found as well. Want the wrap around. They'll pop the Chronosphere, but the BKB's out as well as the living armor. And then they're going to get the bash.
We got the bash at the end.
But there's the
Even
slam.
better.
Boom, he's in. And that is Tigers out and down in this game one, at least in this fight, but
it
maybe
like
the game one because there's no buybacks. That is sort of the third team fight that they've just absolutely messed up.
They're not going to get throned here, I didn't think. It'll be at least one lane. Could even see them go for two, but it just feels like it's game because of how badly every single team fight's going.
It just feels like the coordination's gone. You know, Tigers, we've seen some fantastic performances from them today, but this game one, I don't know, maybe it happened the other day when they play against Admiral Dota. They sort of just lose it.
These are the kind of sloppy pickoffs that shouldn't be happening. Like, you're defending high ground, you know your enemy's going to be taking racks. Don't get picked off. That's like just something you can't have afford happen. Preemptive BKB, not just coordination, but some of these individual mechanical plays are just off as well. Will they finish off this melee rack?
No,
they're going to finish off more than that.
Kills as well. Con Embrace will buy a little bit of protection for RJ. That's the time walk forward. Gotta be careful. They'll let them be. Yeah, but they've got those racks. 14k lead now for Admiral Dota. As they're gonna need some crazy Chronosphere to bring them back in this one. It is not an easy game now for Tigers.
And even that just doesn't feel like they've got a Chronosphere kind of lineup. They don't have the heroes that synergize that well with it, that take advantage of it. Lena's like
it's
okay, but not great.
I think I really do feel in the draft they tunnel vision too hard, saying, "Oh, we'll kill the Weaver, right? We'll get a Void." No, not the case. It's top. Allison will die.
It's not really been a game all about the Weaver by any means anyway. It's like Weaver's done well and had a fantastic game, but say like Tiny is this kind of huge burst damaging carry is being more impactful.
He's got Zags if he wants to, Talon.
Yeah. I like this choice.
Yeah.
I think it's against Void it's amazing counter.
Oh yeah.
If anyone else
laps him out the
chrono, yeah, you just save their life. Entire Void chrono was wasted.
Yeah, it's just very hard to kill anyone in that chrono right now. Zags. Moon does get the call. We'll find the Treant.
Okay, nice couple of pickoffs then. They're in the Roche pit. If they can.
There is a black hole available, but he's under reward. Ocarina, so unlikely to be able to get a surprise jump. There's going to be a buyback from Treant. They're actually heading straight towards Bocarino. Call's going to be there onto the Shaker. They found the Shaker. The BKB's been popped. He's looking to get in position, and he's going to get 3 of them. But the Winter's Curse is there to cancel it.
They're still very low, and now the BKB being countered by an Overgrowth.
Until the Overgrowth indeed jump forward with the Malefice. They'll be able to find themselves Arjit. That's Lena down. Chronosphere comes out.
Where's the damage?
He's trying to get a kill. Oh, and guess what? It will be able to finish off the Enigma.
Shaker's jump gets cut off as well because of the chrono.
No, they're just jumping. They're chasing. Moon has been surrounded. Talent will come and help finish off the kill. There's now Zephyr. Can he get himself away? No, he cannot. Jump forward from Boomy. And Zephyr will accept his fate.
Looks like they're fighting over the last bit there.
They're like trying to sort of cancel the animate, see if they could get their last touch. And Treant, of course, does win that. Roshan's there. They'll back up. They'll take the Roche. As this game just continues to be just sort of a cacophony of mistakes from Tigers. That's getting punished. And Admiral Dodo, they're making it look easy.
Yeah, even when you've got a way to cancel the black hole, like you're committing Winter's Curse on a hero that isn't going to die. They have zero enemies next to them or teammates, and as a result, yeah, you don't have Winter's Curse for the fight. Yeah, black hole's been wasted, but suddenly these BKBs that have come out are being countered by the Overgrowth. Then, so it's not just the black hole that's required for Admiral to win these team fights. There's plenty of other ways that they can outlast and defeat Tigers, as we just saw, and now with an Acceptor, there's another tool add to that list. If we're talking about Void's main chrono target being the Enigma, this Weaver's not going to be caught inside, and you also pick the Void to kind of more counter the Weaver, and it turns out the Enigma's maybe more the problem. What's he got? BKB getting still this like he Chronos people. It's like there's enough damage to maybe kill one, but doesn't have that like attack speed item that really amps up his damage. Feels a little underwhelming.
Talent just consuming the terms here, trying to pump himself towards that 25. Weavers, yeah, as you say. Let's see how much difference the BKB makes. We'll keep him alive.
Shaker.
Infinite pressure onto him to get that perfect chronos.
Jump back.
Axe. Just get sent back to safety.
Radiant's bottom shrine is under attack.
Well, it's kind of ignore Tigers for now, it seems. Going for some shrines, playing it slow. Admiral in no rush to see this game end necessarily. They may want to look to use this Aegis, and Lincoln's picked up an Enigma, so
yeah,
no more Winter's Curse to cancel. It really is just the Void Chronosphere in some ways. Access Call, very unreliable against considering the cast range.
And you can certainly rely on this Enigma to get the good black holes. He's been having a fantastic game. The 6-4-11, Bocarino has been each and every time just in the right position with that black hole. Had a great lane, and ever since he's been playing the team fights perfectly.
So Void is going to have a bit easier access to Chronospheres now with the level 20 talent.
Yeah.
But even so, you've got to be able to make sure you get those kills. Top lane, Zephyr. Oof. Deleted.
Extra idle and damage now as well from Bocarino, so They do wish to push.
Yeah, Enigma quickly becomes like a scary split pushing,
Yeah, it's a lot
building pusher.
A lot of damage.
And then you get 25, you get all the X Eidolons. Well, Lena didn't get hit by the root. Trent came out of Invis, uses the Yules. He's trying to hold the overgrowth for after the BKB, but Lena smartly holds on to the BKB, knowing that would not be an escape from Trent. In typical Wyvern fashion for Theban, he's very farmed, has Blink Dagger, Glimmer, Aetherlens.
Yeah, no, he's farmed his moon.
But ultimately, the kind of farm that's not going to change the outcome of this game directly, but could theoretically help him get a better Winter's Curse off, which may in itself win them a fight. And everyone on Admiral is so tanky. They're tiny with a heart. And now the Skadi on Weaver. Skadi Ags is some like super unkillable build.
That's such a nightmare for the Void as top lane. Lena just gets destroyed by the tiny moon's going to come in with the call onto the one, but there's the black hole. Boccarino comes out, gets the three of them, and Winter's Curse will be down on the side of it all, but it's not going to save Moon, and it's not going to save Zephyr as the two of them fall. Only the Void here running away to the side, as also 1437 has to back off back to base.
That was beautiful.
Oh, hesitated a little bit there.
Yep.
Couldn't quite cancel the TP.
Time up's away. Weaver getting very low, but has the Aegis anyways. It's tiny. He's going to be looking to finish off this tier 3 and look for the melee racks now.
He's got the Chrono. Does he have the damage?
Blinked in, didn't quite get the Malefice.
No.
Not even close.
Not at all. Moon is able to get in, get the call, take the Aegis out of the hands of the Weaver. And in fact, Allison, he just jumped forward and was able to burst down the Wyvern. That's going to be 1437 down for a minute. Axe is down as well, no buyback. The Void trying to hit back, punch back, but has to time warp away from Admiral Dota, as they're now in position to take this top set of racks. Fortification coming out. Lena will be back up in just under 10 seconds, but damn, Tani's in. He's on Zephyr, and Zephyr's gone.
Allison is just destroying this game. 8-2 and 14. It's been a fantastic performance, as they are going to look to go for the mega creeps.
Oh my goodness, yes they are. And what is there to stop them? Not a lot. Lena's back. Void's still up, but he doesn't have the Chronosphere. As bottom lane, looking to be in trouble. And there's the buyback from 1437. Can they do something phenomenal?
I don't have the ultis. The Winter's Curse comes up now, but no Chronosphere still.
There's plus 70 the Eidolons. Really punching through.
Tiny, like 3 shots to the racks. And
it's 1437 dead.
Yep,
a dieback from him. BKB's going to be popped here as the Void tries to fight on, but GG is called. Game 1 going the way of Admiral Dota, and I really do feel that the Void pick was just a step in the wrong direction here from Tiger's draft. And also, I mean, Admiral Dota, there's something about them that I mean, they've been playing fantastically sort of across the board. But this matchup in particular as well, like Tigers look very good against sort of all the other SEO teams here, but it really seems like this is just one of those matchups where, for whatever reason, they struggle immensely against Admiral Dota.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of what Tigers had against Low-Tech, where it just seems like Tigers just beat Low-Tech. They 4-0'd them in the 2 series, and Admiral now 3-0 against Tigers, one game away from
making it to,
they're making that's it. We're in the final. Oh yeah, making the minor. That's exactly.
That's absolutely incredible.
Man. Tigers have got to dig deep, find some solutions, because this Admiral team looked really good. And you know who else looks really good, OD Pixel?
We do.
We do.
We do. And anyway, time for the predictions. So we said, anyway, yeah, predictions. We're getting them right every time.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to give ourselves another point. Honestly, we're setting the bar high. They've got to catch up tonight. Kipson, Killer Pigeon. It looks like, I said Killer Pigeon out. He had a great day the other day.
He did.
But there you go. That's your 3rd strike. You're on 15 now.
Whew. This is after Liquid let me down.
15 predictions. I've got to hope that you go a different one to me, because if you keep going the same, you're going to keep one ahead. I'm on 14 at the moment.
That's my strat today, is just follow everything you say, because you've been on point. I think you've done all the predictions first. So.
Wow, yeah.
I got an update from the other game. Espada actually beat Team Spirit. So they're going to be going up against Team Empire, which we may be looking at next after this best of 3, depending on how long it goes and the timing of it. And when, because Europe doesn't start till later, around 4 p.m., I believe.
5 p.m.
5 p.m., even later. So, yeah, great game. And Tigers need to figure something out.
They do. They've got one game to do it. Otherwise, they are out. not making it to the major or the minor. That's got to hurt. We saw them come so close to getting to TI. Now in this season, not quite making it to the major, and maybe one game away from not quite making it to the minor. We'll see what happens. See if Admiral Dota can get over clean winners. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back after a short break here at the Corsair Dream League. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back shortly for Game 2, as at the moment, Admiral Dota lead the series against Tigers 1-0.
Watch the player's point of view with your favorite setup. Follow your favorite Dota 2 player in every detail. With the Snipe Sense, you can get direct predictions about the upcoming game. Subscribe to the Digital Pass now.
Does he always do that?
Yeah, that's kind of his thing.
那天我遇见他是在网络交友，可爱的脸颊，气质典雅，我们整晚聊了好多。他说
我的手机用了超久，从我出生。
我要好好谢谢你体贴的父亲，但现在突然。 诉你，今晚你是处女吗？
Working then. Yeah, Admiral Dota. Of course, and we just saw Admiral Dota give us quite a showing. As Tiger, I don't know what happened that game. Like Tigers, it looked like they were on to something, and then
some team fights went really badly for him. Void going for this greedy Battle Fury build kind of seemed to make sense for a bit, but then they kept taking like 3v4, 3v5 fights while Void's farming. Just felt like they weren't on the same page. They weren't in sync. They weren't using their abilities well together.
yeah. It was all over the place.
It was, yeah. It wasn't good Dota from them, and we've seen a lot of good Dota from them in this qualifier. But
we've seen some really good Dota from them. It just, as you said, it just seems a bit of a coin toss. What sort of type of Tigers we're going to get each day, each game, and they've got to sort it out. This is 1 game away from elimination, not making it to the event, and of course Admiral Dota. They could just be about to do it, and for this team, I mean, these guys on Admiral Dota, have we seen any of them online before?
Trying to think, maybe some small SEA lands. Like, some of the players have been around for a while.
But for these guys, this would be huge, right? In terms
for sure.
Of,
for the org, I want to say it's at least their first international land.
I'm sure the same thing, of course, could be said for definitely some of Tigers members, but obviously, as I'm saying, Tigers, they've obviously got members that are, obviously 1437 leading the way, and Moon that have been to many a LAN. But it's sort of as a whole team for Admiral Dota, if they can make it to this minor, that'll be a quite an impressive one. It would be. Well, looking at pretty much most of those online, I think, or at least you say some maybe smaller SEA.
Yeah, Boomback was on Clutch Gamers, some Clutch Gamers players and stuff who mostly played online tournaments. I think they didn't actually, play in any. They played maybe the MPGL, which was a SEA LAN for just local teams. So
and for some to come over to Sweden, it's going to be pretty hype for the guys.
It would be.
To get to travel. It's always one of the wonders of playing Dota 2 and being good at Dota 2. You get to go to these events. I mean, obviously that's sort of exclusive because I'm not good at Dota 2. I get to go to these events. But I can't explain that one. But for the players, it's a fantastic opportunity to travel and of course just to mesh with other teams. You come here, you come to this little minor as part of Admiral Dota. You could leave the minor as part of Team Liquid.
That's how it works.
I mean, maybe it's sort of an extreme example, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's how TI works.
You turn up for this LAN as Admiral Dota and say, you come first or second, and then Liquid come last. I'm just saying, Kuro, he's going to go up to Bocarino and he's going to say, hey, I want to play some Enigma. And, we saw what happened last game. Bocarino's Enigma looking very ban-worthy, because this is what we're on about as well, wasn't it? It wasn't banned. It was picked first. And he did play it very well. So we did get to see firsthand why teams ban the Bocarino Enigma.
Sorry, there's not many easy heroes to lane against it. I think one of the options that I thought might be picked up was the Beastmaster. I think he's a lot better against Enigma than Axe, just because you can kill his Eidolons from further away with the Axes. Because he was the one kind of hero that was, in my mind, meant to 1v1 him. But in the end, they had Void against Enigma, which worked fine for Void to get some farm, but wasn't a long-term solution, at least. Maybe they'll ban it. That may just be the solution. We'll find out anyways. As for Admiral, they say, not broken. We don't need to fix it. We'll keep banning the same heroes. TB, Lich, and Io Undying. Tigers banning the same too. Tigers may also just feel they played poorly and they don't need to.
Maybe they don't ban the Enigma.
But the silencer ban is like, okay, we're gonna ban silencers. So
you gotta ban Enigma. I really do think. Bocarino, we're not exaggerating. He really did play it fantastically. In all aspects, the laning aspect, the sort of the moves and the fights. Ban the Enigma Tigers if you wish to stand a chance here. Let's have a look.
Who they banned last game instead?
They
remember?
5 seconds.
No, I do not.
I can look it up.
I do not remember.
But
I don't remember what the third one was.
Maybe we'll be reminded when they ban something here.
I do know it was not the Enigma.
Will we see another Wyvern? Is that just going to be...
Yeah, does he stray away from that? I mean, as we know, he loves every single game.
Update from China, by the way.
China, how's it going?
Newbie have lost.
Oh.
They're out.
For Newbie, they're out.
Serenity versus RNG in the finals.
Goodbye, Newbie. Feels bad, man. But yeah, Serenity, the RNG lads, which is, as we said earlier, sort of a mixture of SEA and China in terms of players.
They banned Necro in game 1. They'll ban Nyx this time, actually.
They didn't ban the Enigma. Just pick the Enigma. We saw what you did with it.
Enigma,
oh, no.
Yep.
Tigers, they got to have some solid answers. Otherwise, I'm not impressed. They'll take Pugner. They'll take Shaker, at least, for stopping Admiral getting that combination.
Okay. They're changing it up a bit already.
Yeah.
Kind of recognizing that some of those heroes from last game maybe didn't work. The first time we're not seeing them just first pick Wyvern instead. Wyvern on the other side.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tigers have got to do something fancy in these third, fourth, fifth picks.
That team fights.
The two openers, looking at those two. I think you got to side with the Enigma Wyvern and the team that just showed us how well they can play the Enigma. That's a good opener for Admiral.
Yep.
It really, really is.
Radiant team.
Pugna. We haven't seen all too much Pugna, at least on SEA.
No.
Definitely
It's sort of been ignored in a few
good
of the games.
hero, but... And that'll be probably with the Shaker, probably down bottom. Seems like a decent dual lane. It is a moon hero. He likes his Pugna, likes his Necro, likes his green heroes. As interesting openers. Same kind of stuff from Admiral, nothing crazy or changed right there.
No.
But we'll see Tigers mix it up. And after 3 losses to the same team, you got to think that's what you have to do a bit.
Sure. Yeah, you have to try something different. Not too different, though. We know the Magnus worked once, but it won't work again. Unlikely to pick it, though, of course.
Yeah.
Do you imagine the Pugna's going to be filling that sort of role?
Yeah, I think most likely being played in the 3.
Radiant team ban.
Tiny banned out by Admiral. Somehow Tiny keeps getting like 9th and 10th picked. It's such a good hero, I think, that there'll be some teams that are like, yeah, anytime Tiny's there, we're going to first 2 pick it. Then there's other teams who just forget about it, ignore it.
Oh, this is a good sign. Murano, we've seen this hero, not really today, but the other days, win a lot of games for SEA teams. So, Tigers. I like the Murano pick.
Murano. We've seen a lot of safe lane Murano, so we'll maybe head that direction for now. At least in SEA, it's been very common to have that there. Not sure if it could be an okay Enigma answer. Can leap forward, help kill some Eidolons, help go for some kills if you want to, find some pickoffs. So definitely possible. Not really a strong mid laner, I feel like, just with the damage and the spells you've got.
Oh, hold up! A Naga Siren in 2018.
That's you're talking about. We've been talking about heroes that are just not viable. We saw the Night Stalker, you know. We've seen the Gyro, we've seen the Mag. This hero, not very viable. It's got one use, and that's the ultimate as a big team fight setup. And well, I guess with Enigma and Wyvern, that's what you play around. We're going all in on the team fight, they say.
All right, and another new hero today, Jakira. This one, of course, not as question mark as the Naga Siren, but we haven't really seen too much Jakira.
No.
In these games, but it's going to come from this one. In the Naga Siren, I mean, yeah, the setup, it is there. It is there. I mean, and in terms of position, well, you mean it is going to be support, not going to be a core Naga Siren.
Nah, it's got to be support.
Yeah.
4 position, I think, is just all you can really do with this hero. Your delusions and their damage has been nerfed so much over the years that it just does very little. The big issue is why it fell out of favor, Bloodseeker, is kind of the damage on your spells. Like the Riptide is being nerfed constantly, which has just kind of led to his laning presence being, or her laning presence being very minimal and very hard to play. Bloodseeker Wyvern, that can work. Could be Bloodseeker mid, definitely flexible as far as where you want to lane the hero.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah. I do like the Bloodseeker. As I said, a lot of games, I feel like when there's a Wyvern, there's always a way with the Bloodseeker. It's like that perfect synergy. Curse.
They maybe look for a tri lane. This Naga Wyvern, to me, kind of suggests a tri lane out of them. Enigma's quite happy to be alone. You almost want to have solo XP, as we saw last game, so...
Yeah.
Whether that's Enigma alone in the safe lane, the off lane.
I think tri lane's always good to ensure that you're getting people low, so Bloodseeker's going to have a good time.
That's Bloodseeker mid, and then 2 supports together, so some tri-lane action, maybe.
I like some tri-lane action.
I don't think you want to tri-lane a Bloodseeker. It doesn't really add much there. I mean, you can secure his farm, but that's not really where you want to go with it.
Much happy with putting the Bloodseeker mid, yeah. All right. So what could be that the big core to put in with that tri-lane?
With the Naga Wyvern, don't need anything too greedy with Bloodseeker Enigma. You want something that has just synergy, kill potential. Like you're trialing, you want to be able to, find kills, kind of like we saw last game. What to say? I'd normally say something like a Wraith King, but that hero has fallen off quite a bit. Not sure if you're going to be busting him out. What did Admiral want?
I think, at least for... Oh, I'm surprised Tigers banned the Lina, actually. I would have said that would have been nice for them if they wanted to try and get a matchup in that mid lane to punish the Bloodseeker.
Guess they're thinking that they have the final pick of the draft, so they're looking for something that's more of that like big game-winning pick. Alk gets banned out. Maybe. That's something I want to say was run maybe in day 1 by Tigers. They had some 10th pick
I think it was
Alchemist.
Tigers, yeah.
So no cheese picks slipping through. Husker banned out as well. So most of the big cheese options are removed. Admiral will be the ones to pick first. Plenty of time to think about it with a couple minutes of reserve time at their sleeve.
Yeah, what would be really nice?
Remaining.
Something to capitalize on the Enigma black hole.
5 seconds.
Someone maybe set Bloodseeker up as well with Thirst. Right now they don't have the best spamming heroes to give him Thirst stacks in the lane stage, which is normally something you want to try and build around for a Bloodseeker pick to work. So Lean, I guess, kind of would have fit that bill. As the Dragon Slave has just good harass options, often gets your enemy mid lane or whatever low. Could see, if you were to go all in on more team fight, more ult, you get like a Zeus Bloodseeker.
Would you put the Bloodseeker in the tri lane, or how it'd be a bit weird?
You would. And Zeus versus Pugna, maybe not the greatest.
Yeah.
You don't have any great ways to kill the Pugna ward right now. So we'll see what they have in mind. One could follow up an Enigma kind of black hole as well. Need some damage to dump into it.
Yeah, they really do. I mean, at the moment, sort of like the Blood Bright, but yeah, it feels like everything's sort of setting up for something that a little bit bigger. But what could it be? Some big AoE hard hitter carry.
Yeah, it really is. Couldn't go many different ways because of the Bloodseeker's versatility with the side lane, mid lane, Jug. So it will be the mid.
Wouldn't have thought the Jug. No, not another hero that would be quick to suggest in this matter.
Good enough.
But Jug, I mean, there's a lot of magical for you to sort of spin your way out of.
Jug's the only hero that starts with J, I think.
Yeah.
No, Jakira. That's why I was like, he's the only J down there, and the other's on the board. Okay.
Okay, so there's two.
Yeah, so.
But Juggernaut, okay.
Ensnare for the spin.
Yeah.
Decent tri-lane hero. He's not too level dependent, and that's where I think he's in the tri-lane, and Bloodseeker's going to be going mid. He obviously wants to get a good time on his level 6, but he can just play around the low levels and be a good kill threat anytime he has Blade Fury, so very likely we'll see those heroes together.
Yeah, I think for sure, in terms of their lanes.
And then last pick here. We'll see. 10 seconds left, and they need most likely mid. Pugna can always go mid, not out of the question. Against the Bloodseeker, so-so, not terrible. Even a hero that can fight the Bloodseeker head on, and that is a hero like Storm. He runs at you, drop remnants.
No, don't really have good stuns or good control at all for the Storm.
This has always been a...
it's the Black Hole and the Curse, really, that they're going to be sort of the better lockdowns. Other than that, it's a pretty nice stall game.
Yeah, and your Dream likes playing this hero too. I've seen him quite a bit
in
his pubs and different games. Oops.
All right, prediction-wise, ladies and gentlemen, Tigers or Admiral Dota. I think Admiral Dota's draft, I think it's a little funky.
Yep.
But they've got that Enigma, and I think he can just carry games, despite the fact he has a Nagasaran and a Jug, two heroes that I do not rate too highly in 2018. So I've got to stick with it. I think Tiger's a little bit shaky. I think Admiral Dota's going to do it. They're going to get the 2-0. I believe in the Enigma.
Okay.
Are you going to stick with me today, or are you going to go opposite ways?
Yeah, my first thought is maybe go against you on this one. I'll go with Tigers just to give you a chance to catch up. And also, I think overall, just a bit more faith in their draft. Some of these heroes, like Naga, as much as this crazy team fight sounds great, it never really works out that way in practice. You've got potentially weak lanes. You're forced to tri-lane. Enigma can win these 1v2 lanes, or if she gets a 1v1 because the other team's tri-lane, great for him. But I think all in all, it just looks a bit better for Tiger's draft. I also don't feel like the Bloodseeker is going to have a great time mid against Storm. In theory, these side lanes, like Enigma's not a hero that's going to be harassing a lot to give Bloodseeker Thirst. There's that killing tri-lane with the Juggernaut, but if you're getting kills, they're not low on health, so you're not always going to be taking advantage of that. But
we'll see. The Nagasaran and the Juggernaut, big question marks. No one else is playing these heroes.
Yep.
Oh, apparently BSJ was. I didn't see that game because it was in the middle of the night, but BSJ played a Juggernaut. I think he lost.
Not sure.
I don't actually know if he won or lost that game.
I was hearing about it from Killer Pigeon.
He lost a series. I think he won a series as well. I don't know. But he played Jug, so we've got maybe some BSJ fans here on Admiral Dota. We'll see. The Nagasaran, build-wise, I guess it's still what? The Meteor Hammer?
Probably.
You still get it right.
Yeah, theoretically it's probably the build. It's not going to work when heroes get BKB, which is where... I guess they may not be going many BKBs against Omni Slash, Black Hole, Curse. Curse can be a useful item, but there's a lot of things to pierce it, and Snare as well, so might actually be a pretty good Meteor Hammer game. This will be the first time we're going to really see, I think, 1437 playing more of a hard 5. He is on a farming 5, in theory, Jakiro, but he's going to be in the safe lane. Zephyr's just being forced to play safe lane support game after game with Chens and Nixes. This time he gets to play a Shaker and actually roam around a bit more and
she gets
show
a
off.
lot more this game. Yeah, absolutely.
He finally gets the chance to, I think, have a better game. Every other game where, his Chen, we saw him feeding time and time again. It's like, well,
he's on a Chen.
He was pushed into this role. This time around, it's Steven saying, okay, I've messed up. We haven't won these games where I'm taking all this farm. You be on the playmaker. You be on the hero that gets more farm. Not going to land the arrow.
And then obviously you sort of talked about the Nagasaki. With the Juggernaut, why is it that we don't really see Juggernaut?
Juggernaut is just a kind of unreliable carry. He's kind of good in the Battle Fury ages, but doesn't farm too well. Is good at laning, as we see there. Gets the first blood. Yeah, Blade Fury.
Dream Snap for Talib.
Still a great spell. Always has been. It's kind of his iconic spell, I would say, in some ways. And he's just not really picked because Blade Fury kind of his best spell, considering it, well, not best spell is probably exaggeration, but it just doesn't synergize with the idea that you're right-clicking people, because you can't right-click people during Blade Fury. So it's like, in lane, you're great, and then you've got this spell that gives you magic immunity, which is this really rare thing that few heroes have other than, like, Lifestealer and stuff. But Lifestealer gets to right-click during it. Jug, no. You're forced to just sit there standing still. You don't really scale that well now. I think it's just there's all these other better carries in the meta. And Omni Slash always feels underwhelming. There's too many items that just counter Omni Slash.
Oh yeah, and there's so many ways to sort of play around it.
Yeah.
It's not very, you can't rely on it at all. Mid lane. See how these two end up doing. Arjit versus Allison. Storm and the Bloodseeker going head to head. Ooh, missing that CS, sir. That was an easy one.
Actually, Arjit again playing the mid lane, not in your dream. So maybe this is actually like a change for Tigers, that they're going to be having Arjit playing more their mid and in your dream on the carry role. Does seem it based on the games we're seeing today, at least. Oh, he's going to go diving for this kill.
Go on, dive it.
Here's the salve. Is he going to go? No, both of them salving now. Extra salves being brought out as well. And it comes back to arrow some newts. Bloodseeker off to a pretty good start against the Storm Spirit.
Yeah, not too bad. I mean, is that sort of expected in this matchup, or sometimes? Ooh.
Now who's going to cancel it?
Salve cancel, yeah.
That's big.
Yep.
That's 100 gold down the drain.
Arjit is also low on health though as well.
Yep.
He's got the one tango though, and Allison's also tangoed up. So, well, he could go for this. He can kill that. Run at it. Oh, he could have gone for that.
I think he knows he's going to be running into a Remnant, which is a lot of damage, and it's an amped up Remnant with the he put the Blood Rage on the Storm. I'm not a big Bloodseeker player. It kind of looks like he should be able to get that kill, but maybe it's not that simple. Jug at top, not fast enough to keep up with Pugna. Maybe not too bad heroes to have against the Jug. And he did scan the rotation, so Arjit knows what's going on here.
So he's going to play pretty close to his tower, make sure he doesn't get too far out. With that presence of the Naga Siren waiting in the trees. Fisher off the mark there. And so Wyvern easily able to get himself up with the Arctic Burn. Get a few hits in as well, as he's sort of just drawing attention away from that safe lane and making sure his Jug has a lovely bit of space.
Well, all in all, laning stage looking good for Admiral. Bloodseeker's having a great time mid in terms of CS, but he did spend that extra gold on the regen. Moon, can he get out of range? He does. Speedy little Pugna. And things continue to go pretty well. Even though the Jug's not getting these kills, he's at least, you know, putting some pressure on, forcing Pugna back, securing some additional farm as a result. Bloodseeker up to level 5, so 3 points in the Thirst. If you can get these heroes low in the sidelines, and that's where that Jug getting Pugna down to half health or whatever is fine, because Bloodseeker gets movement speed and damage out of it.
I mean, I guess maybe this is the thing as well when you're playing the Bloodseeker mid. Like, do you always want to necessarily kill them? Like, if you're keeping the Storm low on HP when he's got no mana, you know, Storm, he may even want a free trip back to base so he can get a full mana. You know what I mean? Like, he's for a lot of the time in this lane, he's been very low on mana, and that's when he hasn't really been able to abuse the remnants and punish this Seeker when he's block breaks.
Yeah, well, it's very true. Bloodseeker, is he going to go back in for this one? That vision. Oh, we got the kill.
Storm gets it.
Storm, RJ. He understands this matchup. He's playing as if he knows it well. Bloodseeker as well, also not willing to really ever commit for those kills, but got caught by surprise by that fissure.
Bottom lane, Bocarino. He is having to deal with, obviously, still this dual lane or top lane. We'll hold that thought because Wyvern will get taken down. The healing ward not enough to save him. Stalab did try his best efforts. He goes with the Blade Fury, but it's not enough damage at this stage. We'll lose the healing ward as well.
Yep. That was a big change to Jug too. Healing ward's giving 75 gold. If you lose those in the lane stage, it's a couple CS. It's quite a big deal.
Mid lane, they did get that kill in the Storm at the end of the day.
Yep.
There's a Bloodseeker. 27-10. Has got that level 6.
Can he go for this? Storm not level 6 just yet.
He's going to try for it.
Yep. He knows Storm not level 6. Also just TP back in, and Naga's there as well. Nicely played. Oh, Naga taking those tower shots.
Fairy Fire will keep him fine. Only just.
Yeah, that was I think he thought the tower was going to hit the Bloodseeker initially. How's Bocarino doing? 21-14.
Considering he's dealing with a dual lane. Oh, doesn't quite get out, but the neutral does kill him, so he'll take that.
Yeah. Won't have TP when he respawns, though, which is always unfortunate.
But yeah, he's dealing with a dual lane, and he's still farming absolutely fine down there. He's getting a lot of denies. So, not too bad at all, considering the... I'd say a pretty tricky match. You know, he's against these two heroes. They have got burst that they can clear out the islands and such, but he's still laning A-OK against them.
And Mirana, though, top CS for now, borderline with the Bloodseeker. Actually, just falls behind a deny, but we've seen these Miranas have a lot of impact. Okay, Storm didn't quite get level 6. He just came back to the lane.
Oh, he's not got it.
He may be able to hold his own, though.
That's damage.
Yeah, one more remnant. He's not going to get it out. And Mirana TP's in, but it's too late. She'll get a double kill, but Storm still dies. Ultimately, worth it, though, for Tigers, even with the Storm going down.
He just wants that level 6.
Yeah, those remnants.
Jace! We're okay, we're okay. So I left it for the suspense there. You know, I just sort of left it. But we're okay. We lost one of the shells with our heroes. I think we just lost half of the hero pool. This is an omen. This is going to be the 7.20. Half the hero pool just gets axed.
Every hero from A to M is deleted.
Yeah. So sorry if that's one of your favorite heroes. They're out.
We're good. You're slack, my visit, we're fine.
Yeah, I'm fine. What about Void?
Oh no.
He's
you can't get,
I can't get to 5k with Void anymore. Anyway, hey, they get the Juggernaut and also get the Enigma down bottom. In your dream, getting these kills, 7 for 5. Oh, look at that. This band's speedy. Awesome.
So, yeah, Storm now level 6. Now let's get the Rupture. We'll see how long Bloodseeker wants to just stay in this mid lane. If he's happy to just keep farming. Storm, what's he got? Haste Rune. Okay. Worth just committing for. Make sure enemies don't get it. Gets the bottle charges as well. Good old Jug. Not having the best time in terms of his farm. Pugna up there in terms of his net worth. I mean, grand all time.
Ooh, on top. The life drain heal. Is it enough? Not quite. The Zephyr will fall. Can they get Moon as well by the looks of it with a wraparound? Got one more blast to self to Grepify at the same time. In Your Dream will be able to finish off the Enigma again. Down on the bottom half of it, another blast will find themselves a second kill. Top of Wyvern goes down. Talib being chased, bottom lane. Jug with the rotation will be able to punish and catch out in your dream. That's a lot of money. I'll show you Bloodseeker is. Alison's down there, is indeed up top. That's where the fight continues. He's going to tick out. They'll lose the Naga Siren as well as Moon able to turn around the Defero up top with the help of the Jakira.
Yeah, overall nicely done. A lot of fighting all over the map happening.
Yeah.
Allison almost with a blade mail. Suddenly he's top of the net worth charts. And Jug will get back to the shrine on a sliver of health. Only level 6. He's really starting to get some experience. And farm-wise, doing all right. Out farming the Storm, and Enigma also not having the best time. But in terms of the big picture of this game, does feel like Admiral shouldn't be too worried about where things are at. They're the ones with the big team fight. Come mid-game, the sleeps, the black holes, Winter's curses, all that good jazz is still kind of, you know, it's there. It's going to be happening once they get their levels, and if they're only a small bit of gold behind here on the laning stage, then they should be just fine.
Down bottom in the jungle. They're making the invasion. They've got themselves on top, onto target with the net. Blood raged up, so he's taking that extra damage. Yes, they'll clean up a Jakiro. Secure some bounty runes down here at the least.
Also, despite the first pick Enigma, they don't have an actual way to cancel the BKB black hole again in this game.
No, not at all.
So, makes life hard because you've got to set up from sleep. So even someone like Storm, who's kind of elusive, if he ever gets caught in a sleep, you can just BKB black hole him out of it, and he can't ball lightning at all. And that's one way to deal with him if he's the problem here. Right now, he's not the problem here. It's the other two cores who are more farm, but they're maybe thinking, you know, we've got Storm, Mirana, these are kind of elusive carries with leap, ball, lightning. It's not easy to black hole them, but it gets a whole lot easier given what they've got elsewhere on the team.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
So if you can get away with this pushes at the moment, only in your dream down behind this tier 1 tower. If anyone else wants to come in and try and help out, he does have Moonlight if he wants to look to set up, and he is going to pop it.
Maybe just for his own safety.
Yeah, looks like it's just him.
I think they've
trade.
seen the invis elsewhere on the map too, so they know this is going on. Once they could secure this last hit, he's still tucked away in these trees, but unbeknownst to Team Admiral, not TPing out as well. Will there be any rotations here? At least on the Admiral side, they're smoking away from this bottom lane. I think Mirana can really go for this kill. At least not on her own. That's that first Javelin though, so that's a pretty big boost to the damage output.
Already, this Bloodseeker could become a big issue for Tigers. I think straight away, only the Storm that's not too fussed about being ruptured and such, but everyone else on the team pretty vulnerable to a Bloodseeker that gets a good advantage. You're also looking at like good fishes really being the best way of sort of holding him back as he comes charging towards you.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they kind of approach that, because Bloodseeker just so farm. When he's got that blade mail on, he may just go straight into a BKB, I imagine, considering the lineup he's against. Definitely want to see several BKBs on the Dire side against Shaker, Pugna, Jakira, and all that. It could be hard for them once the BKBs come online. They don't really have good ways to deal damage through them, and also disable people through them, which is the big problem for the Enigma, because, yeah, Black Hole is just going to...
It's going to go off every time.
Yeah,
he's not going to need to get hit. Items like the Lincoln Sphere, or at least not if he wants to just rely on the BKB to get the Black Holes off, and he can look for the bigger items, the Aghanims, the Octarines, so Shadowblaze if he wants to look for the setup. But overall, still at the moment, very close between the two teams, with the same scenario that we saw in Game 1, and then did take a bit of a turn for the worse from Tigers. But I don't think we'll see sort of that sort of drastic turn off again, because that really was just a misplay and a half from Tigers in terms of the calls being made. And I think they'll keep a lot cooler head here in Game 2.
So yeah, BKB queued up next for Allison, and they're smoked towards mid. Hope you can find that. First big team fight, maybe. The sleep setup is available. What's on the cards? Pugna, his split push. causing problems to the top lane. And that's to a tier 2 tower, so a lot of damage dealt to a tier 2 as a tier 1 mid is being attempted by Admiral, but with Macropie down, not easy.
So top Moon.
You glyph for it. That's not a glyph that's going to refresh when they lose a tier 2, so they feel like they really want to delay him.
They're going to mid. They got the net.
Yep.
Blood Bright in the setup for the catch for the Jakiro.
Nicely done. Needs to be careful. Oh, okay, he gets blown up. Talib.
He did.
Sleep came a little bit too late. Perhaps.
Oh, that looks gorgeous. But the arrow is perfect. It cancels it straight away as Tigers put a stop to the team fight that Admiral Dota tried to bring, as they're not just cleaning up 3, they'll get the Naga Siren as well. It looked like the dream setup, but there was that Mirana up on the high ground in your dream, no hesitation, shoots out that arrow as soon as he can see the Enigma setting up, and that whole sort of play is put to a halt.
It really did look beautiful, but then an arrow comes flying in and just ruins Admiral's day there. Very well positioned by the Mirana to not get caught in that sleep, and well, all of a sudden things swing back the way of Tigers here. Good fight from them, and great job just punishing the Jug. He just got deleted from full health. He was just taken out.
Sort of, you know, sure he has the Blade Fury, but he just always feels like a very squishy hero in terms of the build and such.
Yeah, it's like kind of in this early mid game, you go Blade Fury in to get a kill, but then you've committed yourself in and you don't have the Blade Fury to escape. It's a spell you want to use both offensively and defensively, but you can't do both. And then when it ends, the issue is like you can't instantly Omni Slash. You often get stunned before Omni Slash goes off.
Like just lose the Bloodseeker there.
I think a great quality of life improvement to Jug would make it so that you could Omni Slash during Blade Fury. So it ends the Blade Fury, but then it makes it so that your opponents can't stun you as your Blade Fury ends. Like, to me, that'd be a nice, very small buff to Jug, but it would make the hero be countered less.
I mean, what about if you just made him invulnerable during Blade Fury? Or would that be too OP?
Invulnerable. I don't think it'd be that
like
OP.
a Shadow Realm, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't right click.
Yeah. It would be very good in the lane stage, kind of. I guess most of the time in the lane stage, maybe people aren't right clicking you.
Like Willow had a spell like this, Grimstroke, when he was added. But you couldn't hit him or do anything, could you?
Yeah. No. It's not something Ice Frog's been afraid to add before, like Shadow Realm, Grimstroke more recently. Could see it making sense. And then, in the late game, then it just makes a really good defensive option late game, which is not bad to have.
Yeah. Come on, Ice Frog. Give a bit of love to
you could still like throw stuns and stuff on him to stop the, I guess, Blade Fury TPs out.
What's going on here, Fisher? We'll get the Blade Fury off, but the Naga Siren won't be quite as fortunate.
Told you a storm was coming.
This Jug is straight out. He's looking towards the top lane. But hard for him alone to really get those sort of kills, especially being a Mirana. There's leaps available. So keep that distance if he does come charging towards him. So he's just a level 10 Jug. He's got to find some place to farm Talib. Get those levels as in your dream. Level 12 has the money for the full Maelstrom. And all of the time he needs to on Mirana. And Boccarino brushing that BKB after the help. He's getting that. Yeah, he's got an Invis rune as well as Black Hole available. Picks up the Invis, instantly TPs down bottom, so he's still got the cover of the Invis rune. He could catch them out here with this Invis rune. They may not quite expect it to be there at all. Needs that Black Hole and he's gonna go for it. He gets 2 of them, but his teammates are already dead.
Yeah, he's got no follow-up. This is one of the issues with this mega teamfight draft where, you've got this great Black Hole and Black Hole setup, but you don't have good reliable damage to go into it. Wyvern's going to try to keep himself alive, but he's been fissure blocked. And what a great setup from Zephyr, that Echo Slam initiation. Good to see him back on these big playmakers. This is kind of what he was playing a lot more of during like the TI qualifiers and stuff. And
he's having a very, very impactful game here. 2-1-10.
Seeing him on Shaker, Earth Spirit's another great hero for him. It just looks much more natural, and those couple of team fights put Tigers in a really good place this game.
Yep, 7K lead now.
It's like they're having good fights when the ultis are online on Admiral, and when ultis are down, Admiral have absolutely nothing. With Black Hole and cooldown, really it's just Black Hole. Even if Sleep and Curse are up, you're not too afraid if Black Hole's down.
And they need these BKBs, Admiral. Allison. Before he has a chance to fight, and we, of course, are still quite some time away, I feel, from seeing sort of the power of the Jug. He is not going to be able to offer a lot of these fights at the moment. It's just about finding the farm. Sort of getting those items that are going to help him scale that a little bit better. Bocarino really needing the BKB before he goes in.
Mirana completed the Maelstrom, sells a lot of gold.
Very farmed.
He is leading the charge in terms of overall farm.
Pet, thanks you.
Pugna. Giving Mirana some extra healing. And things going to slow down, which maybe for Admiral is kind of what they want here. They're approaching some BKBs. Get the Jug some more farm. Get some more levels. It will be the Meteor Hammer you talked about as the Naga's item choice. Earn into Meteor Hammer, pretty standard stuff. Hasn't been able to find any earn charges with the way this game has been going. But good change. All it's going to take is one big team fight. So regardless of whether that's a 7, 10, 15, 20k gold lead on Tigers, you always have to respect the potential Black Hole coming out from Bocarino, particularly once the BKB is online, which is maybe 1,500 gold away from.
I just have to play safe though, because Tigers, they are moving around Admiral's jungle as a unit. They're on the high ground. They are looking towards that middle lane. Shaker leading the way, does make the jump forward. They've found themselves the Bloodseeker, and of course still at a point where he doesn't have the BKB quite yet. He's got a Blade Mail, that won't save him.
Very nicely done. Winter's Curse was maybe attempted there by the Wyvern. He was flying on over, thinking he could maybe snipe his support or something, but instead flies back out of there, and mid tier 2 tower going to start getting blasted by Pugna. Moonlight Shadow being used as Storm actually TP's down bottom, so Jug needs to be careful not to get caught, but don't think he's in too much danger. There's no Orchid, and he's, I believe, got a Manta style completed. Blade Fury TP out. Nothing to cancel these magic immune plays, much like the Black Hole. It's a lot nicer playing Jug when there's nothing to stop you Blade Fury TPing away, because you can just split push super aggressively.
Don't mind if I do.
I'm over here.
If you're Tigers at the moment, I mean, one of the things their lineup can't really do too well is Roshan. Tigers. So, in terms of sort of getting objectives and playing with this advantage, it's just getting these tier 2s.
Yep.
As they are. The 4 of the mid. Storm Spirit shoving in the bottom lane. Trying to keep maintaining this good lead and map control they have over Admiral. Especially before, as we said, the BKBs on the 2 cores come out. As Allison very close to his now. Same to be said for Bocarino. They need them. There's a full Mjolnir on In Your Dreams, Mirana.
Yeah, the magic damage is getting pretty absurd. Pugna's going to have a Dagon soon as well. Well, at least he's got one queued up. Take this tier 2 tower without much of a fight. So even with ultis online, Dire Admiral just do not want to fight. They're just like, we're 200 farmed. We are 2 all in on these ultis, and if Tigers aren't positioned and grouped up for like a 4 or 5 man Black Hole, it's not going to matter if you get a Black Hole following asleep. You've got to have all those items, the BKBs, to make it work.
Yeah, I imagine once we have the BKBs, they are going to go for a sort of a smoke sleep play.
Dire are scanning.
Well, while they wait to farm them, Tigers have taken control of this entire middle and top side of the map. Just some bottom jungle farm being picked up by the Enigma. He's able to keep pushing that lane, can send Eidolons there too, so at least has some options. It doesn't feel great, I imagine, given the current state of this game, that you're not farming much the map for Admiral. And you've completely lost control of all this area around Roshan, so anytime without vision, you could just be losing Roche.
Moon goes for the quick jump in. They do panic.
There's an invis, which they're aware of. He pops it after he gets rooted.
Radiant
Oh, they are fishing for Enigma. They know he's somewhere in this neighborhood. He might walk into the scan. Nope. Ooh, dodges it. And elsewhere, it's not good going down.
Bottom tower is under attack.
He's got his BKB out to him, but they will still find him down here. As they'll open up.
Yeah, they can chain stun him. Storm. Oh, they can chain stun perfectly. Storm was zipping if they got the chain stun into a pull from the Storm. It may have been a kill.
Yeah, he just had that BKB delivered, so.
But yeah, he uses BKB already used once. And as Enigma, you don't really care too much about the BKB duration. It sometimes can matter if your blink's being cancelled and you have to BKB, then walk in for the hole, but most of the time you don't mind too much about the duration. It's the GPM town. We're mostly seeing the cooldown reduction, but playing without the Midas, it's definitely a lot more viable, but it's more like we're struggling, we're behind. If you think you're not gonna be out on the map farming much and spamming your conversion and stuff, it's almost better just to get the GPM if you're gonna be bottled up in your own base, because you're not using your spells when you're sitting back.
This is what I was expecting. You get the BKBs, we go for a play. Moon is going to pop the smoke though.
Blinks away.
Ooh, Moon meander. The perfect place for him to be.
Dire's top tower is under
Stopping that whole movement coming out.
Hero just keeping lanes pushed with Macropire. May still get found and hunted. Bocarino is so close to him, but doesn't realize that until the smoke maybe pops, which it won't. Doesn't have the blink dagger as well, so it's the BKB without blink, so you can still use the Naga Siren as a setup, but it's not as easy as it sounds without the blink. And Naga herself doesn't have a blink, so even Naga getting in, catching a lot of heroes in sleep can be quite tricky at times. Midas speed up on Bloodseeker, that's a desperate sign.
They'll find again the opening, but the song will come through.
This is good.
This is exactly what they're looking for. That song set up into the black hole. The Blood Right will get them 2 kills.
Yep.
As both the Storm and Shaker will fall.
That's what they got to do. The issue now comes what happens during the next 2 minutes. Well, 2.5 minutes for black hole even.
Yeah. Nearing 3 minutes.
This is where I think they went a bit too all in on the team fight. That's good. That's 2 kills. It's a core and a support, but it's still just 2. It's not really a big team fight, and we're still at this mid-game stage where respawn times aren't absurdly high. I would like to see Storm even go for a Bloodstone just for the reduced respawn time, so he can take advantage of it, basically dying. I died to a black hole.
You're bang on.
I'm back alive in 15, 20 seconds, and guess what? We're fighting you right away. You want high uptime. They may go for Roshan now with Black Hole down when Storm's back. They don't have the best Roshan lineup, but they can. They got Arrow and stuff. They have right-click damage. The game is theirs for the next 2 minutes. They can do absolutely anything that they want except maybe push high ground. Yeah, they're pinging Roshan. Looks like.
Yeah, they know. Yeah, they can do this. They've got good right-click now on the Mirana.
And this is the way you counter the black hole in general, is just having an Aegis too. Like, well, you just BKB black hole me, we can't counter it, well, I'll have a second life. You're not going to, you can't do that twice until you have a refresher, which is not happening anytime soon. Of course, there'll be 4 other heroes who don't have the Aegis, but the key one, the Storm, I imagine, will, of course, have it.
Jug's still farming very well.
He is?
He's taking nice on the net worth. He got with the Maelstrom after the Manta style. And nearly has the blink. Going for the blink.
Okay.
So he gets himself in and out of harm's way. But still, we're intrigued to see how sort of scary he's going to feel when he's in these fights. If he's getting on top, getting a good Omni stack, it's going to be hard. It's going to be tough. So when it actually comes to hitting the enemy heroes, I don't know. Well, it's Juggernaut.
Exactly. And
people don't play this hero.
That's kind of maybe part of the, you're kind of asking like why is bad. I think that maybe wasn't explained with the Jug, is that he needs a lot of items to actually, really do damage. Like he's up there, number 2 in net worth, but he doesn't feel farmed at all. He feels like he needs more items. And there's this constant problem with Jug where it just always feels like you need more items. Blade Fury TP out. Not much you can do.
Did you see the Bloodseeker?
Yeah, he committed to this late Midas. It's, I think, actually fine.
I think it's because I
good.
think they realised that Tigers, they're good at getting a lead.
Yeah.
But sometimes they do start to seem a little bit lost. And maybe, Admiral Dota, they're realising that and saying, guys, we can just keep holding. We can just keep the game going.
Yep.
Get our Jug and our Bloodseeker absolutely massive. We don't think that Tigers are going to be able to shut the game down anytime soon.
I think it's actually quite good because Bloodseeker's level 20, 25 talents are really strong on this hero. So getting them as soon as possible is going to be important. And when you're playing in your own base, you're playing defensive, you're not getting much experience. So finding a way to boost that XP gain is handy.
Oh, here we go. On the side, Bocarino jumps forward, drops the Midnight Pulse to clear some of the trees.
He's actually trapped, I believe. Yeah.
He is.
Actually, maybe they don't know he's there. They saw the Midnight Pulse come out.
Yeah, but they don't know exactly where he is in those trees. They do have the song.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
The Midnight Shadow comes out. It's going to make it very hard for Admiral Dota to really initiate this, especially with Zeph on the sidelines. Bocarino's quite happy with this hardy hole in the trees.
Yeah, it works out pretty nicely, actually, that he's not being detected. Storm the only one on the front. He's got the Aegis, not really a black hole target. Zeph reveals himself, and they're going to jump in.
Bocarino is going to get hit on the side. They're using the song. Not popping the BKBs. Yeah, the Ice Pulse going to hold back between them as well. They'll get the blood right down and out. Moon Meander getting rooted as well. The Blade Fury killing him through that decrepified cannon. They finish off the kill. The Black Hole comes down. Is that going to get the storm? It gets cancelled immediately as they've lost to an Admiral Dota. The Omni Slash jumps are doing it quite a bit, but not enough to kill Mirana. They can't kill him. With the Sneakers in, with the slam, stopping the Bloodseeker from getting to the Mirana in time. As they have to back away the other two of them, the Wyvern and the Naga Siren. As Tigers only losing the Pugna, everybody else is kept alive.
And they used every ulti, so it's like, do you even just consider going high ground here? The Rupture on Mirana's nice, kept her in place, and she had to leap away to stay alive, but then Bloodseeker's like, oh, I can turn around and get this kill. Wait, nope, Echo in the face. Great play from Zeph to keep Mirana alive.
They're getting more here. The Wyvern gets zipped upon. Bloodseeker will buy back. Got the blood right down, but Argis able to get himself just out of the range of it.
Lose one to the buyback, but
he is out of mana, the Storm. But they can't really chase it. They do push them away from the base, though. They keep their tier 3 tower alive. Does cost, obviously earlier the Wyvern bought back and then did proceed to die. And as we saw, they're costing them the Bloodseeker buyback. Oh, Carino.
BKB, okay. Gets out of there. Take that. And part of the issue of this GPM talent over the cooldown reduction is going to be the black hole cooldown, because that's such a key part of Admiral's gameplay right now, is having the ultimate.
You can see, he's going for the Octarine.
Oh, on Enigma?
Yeah.
Yeah?
He realizes that importance of having that reduced cooldown now.
I almost feel like the refresher is just kind of better, because then it's like you instantly have a second one, but he doesn't maybe have the mana in a team fight to use double black hole with refresher is the issue. But, well, you just, you farm both. If you can drag the game out to get both, then you're in a good place.
And with as you said, the GPM talent, you're going to have a good chance of doing that. Bottom lane, good zip. Onto the Jug.
Yep.
He's trying to run. But indeed, the right clicks are enough. The Winter's Curse is coming a little too late. And at that point, it's you sort of got to ask the question, is it worth it being used at all?
Nope. And the big issue last team fight was the song wasn't used as a setup. It was kind of like a reactionary defensive thing. It caught the Storm. I think it caught maybe one other hero. But
it didn't get the Jakiri. He gets the Ice Path down, and then both the Naga Siren and the Enigma, whilst they're trying to walk forward, they get stopped by the Ice Path.
I actually think Naga needs to blink much more than the Meteor Hammer, just so you can sleep and then blink forward and find heroes, sleep as many as possible, blink in with your Enigma so you can black hole more heroes, get the backlines. If Storm is in the front with an Aegis, you got to ignore him and black hole other people. Right. Tier 3 tower being chipped away at. Nice little decrypt, keep the siege alive. Another blast may actually finish this off.
Black hole back up in 20 seconds.
I think he missed that blast. Either way, not the end of the world. That one will land it. And tier 3 down. Now they can take some shrines. Black hole being down just allows them to play very, very aggressive.
bottom
The Orchid
shrine
finished on
has
Storm
fallen.
now. And an extra way, if he can get sort of on top of the Naga Siren, it could sort of put a whole stop to the team fight. And stop that sort of lead in being allowed with that Song of the Siren. As Jug having to go for the BKB as well as the Manta.
Oof.
It's not going to be a scary Juggernaut for quite some time this game.
Yeah, and he's falling behind pretty significantly. Marana, full big item ahead with 19k net worth, is a whole lot scarier and just able to leap around, do a lot of right-click damage in these fights. See what the plan's going to be now that ultimates are back up on that dire side. It just doesn't feel like they can move out on the map to use them. It's like they have to sit back, wait for Tigers to come push, and then set up based on like their high ground defending advantage. But the only way Tigers are going to go push is if they have Aegis and stuff. So next Aegis and Cheese is going to be going Tigers' way if they're unwilling to leave their base. And then even though you have high ground defender's advantage, you're defending into Aegis Cheese, so you may just die anyways.
More money for Tigers as they clean up the map, start to really take control of it all. 17k lead, 33 minutes in. Can they shut this game down? Push this series to their game 3.
It's feeling increasingly likely as time goes on, but not impossible.
No, because the high ground pushes are always going to be tough.
And Ocarina, yep, is going for some of those late game items. Octarine Core almost completed. We'll help give him that next bit of cooldown reduction. As that will make life a whole lot easier, particularly as Naga gets levels. The sleep cooldown goes down dramatically, so you want to have a reduced cooldown on Enigma to kind of match that. Let's pug that. He's got Aether. Lands A on disking his backpack as he wants to have the Arcane Rune. Dagon leveling up as well. The leveled up Dagon is just really nice for forcing BKBs. If Pug never finds anyone alone, you can just decrep, Dagon, blast them, and often just force out a BKB. It's that like Morphling effect where, yeah, BKB counters it, but it doesn't really feel good to use BKB just to block some single target magic damage outside of a team fight.
Came out of the base here with his smoke movement.
Yeah, what?
Can they actually find a fight where there's going to be a smoke up in return from Tigers?
Don't think they'll reveal this one. Maybe Bloodseeker will. It's nearby. They can get the sleep on the storm and blow him up in the black hole. That'd be fantastic. Oh,
Bloodseeker, look at this. He's got a BKB, he's got a TP up.
Yep.
He's out of there, they know what's going on, and Admiral will back away. They didn't find that sort of surprise play they'd hoped for with their own smoke. But at the same time, that will mean that Tiger Smoke doesn't find any action for now.
And picking top, they're bowling in top lane. It looks like from really far away. Wyvern dead?
Yeah, was caught out.
Yep. He bowled from like halfway across the map. 21 Bloodstone charges.
Still at this stage, they don't mind a Wyvern die.
No.
Space is there. He's going to be back up in 30, so should be back in time for any sort of high ground defense. And Space is there for Bocarino to get this Octarine finished, as he does have the money. If he does want to forfeit having the buyback available.
Yeah, I think it's probably kind of one of those games where you don't want to just hold on to buybacks and hope they're going to defend you high ground. You just have to commit to buying these big items. When you're behind 20k gold, if you're buying back to defend, you're getting further behind. Jog able to just keep split pushing these lanes, knows that there's nothing they can really do to stop his split push to a certain extent. Except, go back and kill the creeps. They can't kill the Jug himself.
Full Blood Thorn for Storm. So if Jit gets on top of anyone, especially if they've been stunned, should be more than enough chance for them to quickly get that kill with him and the Marana focusing them down with the right clicks. Getting tougher and tougher, but there is still a chance. Well, let's check the Dota Plus on this one, actually.
Ooh, Dota Plus likes Enigma, I feel like. Yeah, okay, not that much.
18%. It's something.
Yeah, considering the lead. Not hopeless by any means. And yeah, I think realistically it's probably around, 15 to 20 sounds right.
Yeah.
considering the big team fight ultimates they have, that they, they are approaching that late game stage where they can get Octarine, refresh on Enigma at some point. It isn't hopeless by any means for Admiral, despite the sizable gold disadvantage. The Moonlight Shadow being used, and they're going to run right into them here.
Fish is going to reveal them. They're going to zip forward. They're going on the Nagastar and jump forward. Bokarina is going to commit with the BKB in the black hole, holding in place this Storm Spirit. Can they kill him in time? The life drain from Moon Meander healing up the Storm, though. It's going to keep Arjit fine. He can zip back out. There'll be a buyback from the Nagastar, but great play there from Moon, healing up Arjit. Arjit comes back in. He just gets stunned. He's got to zip back down. He's falling very low as they've lost the Storm Spirit. He will actually, he'll go down. They got him.
Get Storm, yeah. He has got the low respawn, though. This is where the Bloodstone kicks in. They just use their ultimates. There's no black hole. They're going to sleep and try to set something up.
They've got the Meteor Hammer. Has he got the timing? No, doesn't get Moon. Will get the Chikiro, but on the side, Tigers are just cleaning up as they'll take for the Jugs, trying his best to do something. He does have Omni Slash available. Can he get it off in time? He can't. The stun control is perfect.
Yeah. That's where
Tigers.
Omni Slash just doesn't feel like an ultimate sometimes because it's so hard to get off with the cast range and the cast time. They punish. They're going to force them buybacks here. It may just be more racks falling. Moon is going to come in the bottom lane where he took the tower and is going to just start getting to work, blasting away at both racks, and his team mid lane working on the racks there. Buybacks are plenty though. Here we go.
See if they can stop this. Arjit, he's in, drags in the Wyvern, he's found Wyvern.
No curse to worry about now, and the 3 dead heroes do not have buyback, so Jug and Bloodseeker on their own to defend. A pretty hopeless task as far as defending bottom lane. They'll make their stand with just top lane of racks remaining, I imagine. There's no need for Radiant to stick around with these heroes respawning. They'll likely fall back, try and play around the next Roshan, which has respawned. They're pinging it now. We'll see if they can get there and deal with it before these respawns.
Yeah, Admiral, they've got the black hole back up in 10 seconds. If they could go for a quick smoke towards Roche, they could get here in time to contest it, but it would be a very heads-up play. And I don't know if they're going to go for it. And Tigers, even themselves, looking a little hesitant at heading in, maybe because they know that there is chance and potential for Admiral Dota to make a beeline straight for the pit.
Yeah, I think you may just want to complete your whatever items you've got. You just killed 4 racks. It's a lot of gold going your way, so finish your next couple items. Focus on, pushing out the lanes, getting your map control back, getting down any wards you want to secure Roshan, and then going for Roche. Because with 2 lanes of racks down, you should be able to get Roche uncontested just by keeping lanes pushed out. It should be very obvious when heroes are not on the map that, they might be contesting Roshan, because lanes are just going to naturally push out because of the super creeps.
Bokarina, of course, hoping and praying to get towards that refresher orb. So maybe with the chance of a double black hole. But as we saw last time, the problem being if he doesn't get that Pugna, Moon will just sit at the side, giving the heals.
And even just being able to decrep someone who's in a black hole can help keep them alive. Like that fight, the Storm, I didn't see if he got decrepped or not, but he was caught in the black hole, and Jug went for other targets. He blinked away from the black hole where the Storm was caught. May have been because of the decrep, may have just been because he saw a different target to go on, but you've got to make sure, you kill a Storm there. He gets black hole by himself. That's not a terrible black hole. It's not ideal, but kill the Storm.
If you can.
And Roshan still seems to be the center of attention for Tigers. They're invis around this pit. They're perhaps not quite realizing just how safe they are, at least right now. They kill off the creep. That's 200 gold, but least importantly for Admiral, they have a pretty good idea of where Tigers are on the map.
Does Admiral head over though? That's the question. Can they leave the base for this?
Yeah, they definitely want to. Yeah, they're smoking.
Can they get in? Jug jumps forward, trying to kick things off, but Tigers playing very careful, not wanting to throw things away to a good black hole.
Yeah, and this is why having a 4x advantage is so nice to secure Roche, because if the enemy come and contest Roche, you just get out of the pit. You say, well, let's just wait till the lanes push out. This bottom lane is going to be in your base soon, hitting tier 4s. At some point, Dire is going to have to go back to defend. Okay, good luck defending with that illusion. That's no carry Naga Siren illusion. As Radiant going to smoke up themselves now, knowing there's no rush to take Roshan. You can find yourself a good pick-off or a fight first.
Oh, the Fissure. They're in, and they take down that Naga Siren immediately. As now Allison getting focused, he'll pot the BKB, but that's Bloodseeker down as well. 2 dead without buyback on Admiral, as Tigers are quick to jump.
Oh, they caught Wyvern too. That's 3 heroes dead without buyback. They may just go top here. This is no need to take Roshan. Yeah, I think most of those heroes are on cooldown, not even just a lack of money.
This is where you sell the Octarine, buy the Refresher, and then just go for the double black hole.
Sell the hell.
Double midnight pulse plays.
Oh, he goes Shadow Blade.
Oh, I like
That's not a bad
that
idea too. Especially if they don't have detection, because there's no invis heroes on the Dire side.
He needs them to clump up, and they're not going to.
Don't know about that.
No,
that's not the one you needed to win the game.
To win the game, as they will lose the jug. And GG will be called. We're going to a game 3 Tigers. Able to do it here in this second game. And I think it's Jug. He's on the list.
Of unpickable heroes.
Jug is another hero.
So is Naga too. They had 2 of them, I would say.
Juggernaut's on the list, Naga's on the list. That list, of course, joining the likes of Magnus, Slark, who else?
Night Stalker.
And Night Stalker.
Yeah. Gyrocopter.
They're on the list.
Yep. It's the.
Don't pick these heroes.
No.
Don't. Like, that game, the Juggernaut literally did nothing.
Yeah. It was
anything that he did. He got
first blood. He took a lot of farm.
First blood with the Blade Fury. But then it didn't do anything.
I think Naga was just as bad too, like as far as what the hero brought to the table. It really was.
We saw some nice sleep setups.
Yeah, but it does. I think the great thing about Enigma is that with Blink BKB Black Hole, you don't actually need setup. You blink in. You're your own setup. If you're bursting a lamp that can't stop BKB Black Hole,
with Soul Buckler, you don't need it. It doesn't.
Yeah,
need it.
You go in, you Black Hole. You're not going to get 4 or 5 man Black Holes. All Naga does is sometimes give you an extra hero or 2 in a Black Hole, but I don't think that, if that's how you win fights, that's a bad idea, because then when Black Hole's down, your lineup is just useless. You got to have a more balanced lineup that isn't dependent on those long cooldowns. And I think you need to ideally draft around Black Hole. Just being used on 1 or 2 heroes being okay. If Black Hole has to hit too many heroes, it's a bad way to approach the game.
Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there we have it. There's going to be more now from SEA coming up. Game 3 between Tigers and Admiral. Who's going to be able to take it? Who's going to get that slot here in the Southeast Asian slot that we're giving to those teams here at the Corsair Dream League Minor? We're going to find out after the break. Don't go anywhere. Game 3 will be on very shortly.
Watch the player's point of view with your favorite setup. Follow your favorite Dota 2 player in every detail. With the Snipe Sense, you can get direct predictions about the upcoming game. Subscribe to the Digital Pass now.
Does he always do that?
Yeah, that's kind of his thing.
Thank you very much. Oh, thank you.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the Corsair Dream League Season 10. I'm Odie Pixel, I'm here with Gods, and we are getting ready for Game 3. That's alright, not Game 1, not Game 2, Game 3 of Tigers versus Admiral. It's been quite a series so far, quite a... well, I'd say Game 2 was a little bit of a... It was a big question mark in terms of the draft of Admiral. It was like, what are they going to do with this Juggernaut and Naga Siren? And apparently that was a question they may have been asking themselves. I mean, we saw what the Naga Siren did to set up stuff. The Juggernaut, though...
It was a bit...
I don't think it did anything.
Dubious.
It didn't do anything.
No.
There was, dare I say it, I think you could have had a better time on it, even a Slark that game.
Ooh. You believe, though. You also did not give me my prediction point.
I didn't. That is true. That is true. I was absolutely wrong. I did believe with the Jug and the Naga Siren. I should have trusted my instinct of just saying that heroes are bad and being right that they're bad. So indeed, Parker, I had a chance to catch up to you as you went your separate ways, as you maintain your 100% prediction rate today. And I got one wrong, so my prediction rate today only at 99% accuracy. Because that's how it works, kids.
You miss one, you take off a percent, yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds right.
Sounds right to me.
Yeah, it's been some back and forth Dota. Tigers, good to see them actually take a game in this series since they got 2-0'd yesterday and were struggling at the start. It's been a bloodbath in-game, a bloodbath out-of-game. The studio falling apart, losing shelves, losing heroes.
Look at this. We're on a makeover.
We lost 6 heroes apparently, so we told the teams they're not allowed to pick them in the upcoming game.
Don't pick them. If you pick them,
disqualified.
Yeah. So I think I like the new look.
That's good.
It's we've got sort of like this tiered sort of ness. Not too many sort of shelves.
This is where the A-listers go. This
Opens
is apparently
up the room.
The most picked heroes here now. So,
do you agree with production's judgment? Is there any hero that we're judging production's judgment of the game? Is there any hero that I would?
And the ones over there, X up.
There's a lone druid on that table. We're gonna have to talk about that.
Production.
But I think it was more the least played heroes.
Oh, Jugs here. They saw the Jug and they're like, oh, yeah.
Juggernaut.
They're like, yep, lots of Jugs.
Get that off the table.
I think they said the least played were over there.
I think maybe I think they prioritise maybe getting the least played rather, sort of trying to sort the most played. Maybe. Well, we'll get the benefit of that there. But as I said, we've got picks and bans. I hear them. You can hear them. We can all hear them. We can all see them in a second. Yeah, thanks, production. That really didn't work. There we go.
That's what you blame production. They're not going to work with you. That's how this works.
Screw this idiot. There we go. Tigers versus Team Admiral. We're into the bans. Well, first phase bans are done. We've got Pugna, Lich, and Terrorblade taken out. And on the other side, the Undying, the Io, and the Nyx Assassin. The question is, do Admiral go for the Enigma again? I say yay. Sure, you lost last game. I don't think it was the Enigma's fault.
No, probably not. Yeah, don't go all in on that team fight.
No, don't get the Naga Siren and don't get the Juggernaut, but do get the Enigma, and indeed they do. You can't fault this man, Mr. Bo Carino. He knows what he's doing on the Enigma.
Time to see if I can find the new heroes. Oh, he's in here. Most picked Enigma, they know.
I like this as well. This is one of the heroes that caused little issues for Bo Carino. There was that one player mid, could have been amazing. There was a Mirana. So this time round, he said to his team, guys, I'll play Enigma. Guys, I will carry you. But you better make sure that I don't have to play against that stupid cat lady. And indeed, they said, oh, okay, Pacorino, we'll pick the cat lady so you don't have to play against her. They got the Mirana. And this, as we've seen, as has continued with that game, this hero continues to just win games, right, Mirana? As another game's the tally where Mirana just wins a game.
We're just, not really seeing Mirana lose games.
Shaker.
Shaker Necro. I like it. They're sticking to what worked, the change-up. Put Zephyr on.
Because Zephyr had a really good game. He got the chance to shine, and he did.
And I think similarly, putting Moon on a similar type of hero. I think Necro and Pugna, very similar in some ways.
Yes.
With just how they play in this 3-position role.
They're both green.
Both green. Both no one likes to play against. Just a lot of magic damage. Very strong laners, pressure lanes, hard to kind of draft and pick against a bit, so should be good.
Team Admiral. What have we got in the ban department? Tigers have banned the Drought. Admiral, you're looking at the Necrophos, the Shaker. I think you might ban that Silencer, sir.
Radiant team ban.
With, yeah, just to protect the Enigma a bit.
Silencer, it's still in the pool, surprisingly. I think what most games it has been banned at Silencer still in this game. So, I mean, I see no reason whatsoever why, if you're Tigers, you don't just take Silencer. Silencer's really good. Pick the Silencer. Pick it. You want to win? You want to win? This is the game. Winner of this is coming to Minor. Winner of this gets to meet me in person. What?
Don't pick Silencer, guys. Don't pick. Just stand back.
Or you just stay away from that boy.
Yeah.
Husker is the ban from Tigers.
I feel like I've seen a ton of Husker bans and no Husker picks. It's just like everyone's scared of it.
Well,
we've
not seen it get for a single time in the game that we've done. Lots of Husker bans, lots of Brute bans as well. These teams are smart. They don't get cheesed. Wyvern,
okay,
bit of a later ban, and I like it. I like that Admiral take it because, as I said, I think that would have been deadly in Tiger's hands.
Yes. Yeah, good chance they would have wanted that as a 1437 hero.
Jakiro again. Was nice last game. We saw sort of with the ice path. It's quite irritating for the Enigma if he does sort of go for what was the BKB before the Blink build. Sure, you got the BKB. You can pop the BKB and walk for the ice path and then get in range. But then it's kind of obvious what you're going to do. So the sort of disruptive capabilities of Jakiro and obviously the pushing, the laning, lots of pluses. Not the flashiest of heroes, but a good hero to have nonetheless. There's good to see so far with both of these teams. No one is picking stupid heroes.
Just keep talking on. I'm going searching.
Okay.
We're good.
No stupid heroes, please, in this game 3. We want proper, good, strong meta picks.
Yep. I think both teams kind of suggesting they're going to stick with what worked in the games they won. For Admiral, you know, the Enigma. For Tigers, it's the let's put 1437 back in the safe lane support.
Yep.
Zephyr on Shaker. Moon on a similar hero. Makes a lot of sense. And Admiral, yeah, love their Mirana. Both teams love their Mirana. Everyone in SEA loves their Mirana.
Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense. So
I think so far, I would favour Admiral's opening.
Yeah.
And they have the Suns and they have the Mirana. Like Tigers is good, don't get me wrong. But so far, I think Admiral are in the... They're in sort of control of this game at the moment.
We've yet to see a real answer to Admiral and their Enigma. Yes, they lost last game, but I think it was
not the Enigma. You know?
It was not the Enigma. I feel like every other game they've had Enigma, they've won. It's been first banned against them, and they lost. They beat it themselves. It wasn't like Tigers did something to beat Enigma. It was just like, okay, they picked these other heroes around Enigma that don't work very well, and that caused a lot of problems. So. What next? So Team Admiral probably looking for their other support here. Dark Willow, there's their 4 position.
That is a strong one.
It sure is. Let's see if we can find her.
And also sort of another fantastic sort of good balance as well. You know, a hero that can offer a lot to the team fights, a hero that offers a lot to the lanes, and a hero that just does straight up a lot of damage.
So interesting pick because it doesn't really pair with the Enigma we saw last game, you know, the kind of more tri-lane-esque style.
No.
You want to just leave Enigma in these 1v1s. I don't know if you really want to tri-lane with a Dark Willow. Also not really a great roamer. And also Mirana not really a hero that wants to tri-lane. Mirana wants some XP, so maybe we'll see Dark Willow up here. We'll see. Some early roaming potential definitely available. As Tigers now look for their 4th hero.
What do we got from Tigers? Hit them with the...
Do they just pick Lina again?
I was thinking, yeah. Do they just get Lina? I mean, I kind of like seeing them try something a little different.
Yeah, what's different?
But it's been stable, and they do love it. They feel very comfortable upon it. I think, you know, Lina can be a little vulnerable to the Enigma Black Hole. You do get her in it, she will die.
Yeah, definitely on the squishier side. I mean, that's, definitely a lot of heroes. They're going to go Lightkin for Arjit.
Bit of tank for Arjit. Bit of beef for the lane. And then I think you sort of you got your hero that you're going to sort of be happy with him farming against the Enigma lane, would you say? Because you can sort of deal with the the power that the Enigma has in these sort of solo lanes that he's going to look for.
Well, and it also couldn't even be flexible. We saw the last time they picked it, they ran it mid.
10 seconds remaining.
If you see a good matchup mid, you can run it there, but definitely the more likely case against the Enigma.
Yeah.
You're not getting too harassed in that lane. You've got sustain, you've got good damage to actually run at the Eidolons and kill them, so here that definitely makes sense at this point.
And there's the Lina ban. So they are going to be forced to have to do something different anyway, even if they did want to still reside with the Lina.
So instead, what will they get for the mid lane? They can always run Necro mid. That's not the worst option. You don't know your hero matchup yet, so it would be taking a bit of a gamble, but there's not too many heroes that completely hard counter destroy the Necrophos.
No.
Don't think we'll see another Storm given the Silencer being in play.
5 seconds
It
remaining.
just seems like it'll be a bit of a tougher Storm game as a result. Kind of just want to pick something that is versatile here because you're open to being counterpicked by Admiral's 10th pick of the draft. Or at least make sure you pick something that doesn't get hard countered by anything in particular.
Well, at the moment, they've only got they do have the Reaper's Scythe to get through the BKB Black Hole.
It's not really like the
something else.
ideal way to use the Reaper, but it's
like sure you
okay.
stop sort of the team fight, but then yourself, you sort of lose that big component that you might want to get a guaranteed kill on some of the squishy cores, like the Mirana, for instance.
Yep. Still Tinker in the pool. That's why hero SEA teams love to play. Could be something as far as dealing and stopping with a Lycan split push that Admiral may want to consider as a last pick option. Not great Tinker catch by any means. There's a long-range Shaker Fisher, but if he's playing around the trees and playing it pretty far back, Shaker's doing the same, so he's actually not able to find the Tinker all too easily. So maybe something you'd want to be a bit worried about. As well, they have one more ban left, so Tigers can actually protect. They're going to ban Meepo. Okay, we haven't seen the Meepo yet, but you know, it's SEA. Everyone has a Meepo player.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't, you're doing something wrong.
Well, banning, they do have heroes like the Shaker, but I guess, yeah, as you say, if it's going to have there's going to be a good Meepo player, he's going to be able to play the game with.
Yeah,
even if there's like one counter in it, he's still gonna have
Shaker
a good time.
alone's not really scary enough, and
No.
he's a bit of a slow hero in the early game. Like Meepo's already
Yeah,
getting his blink up.
before the 6 and the
5 seconds remaining.
He starts snowballing fast. So, not much time. They've got 10 seconds. They're going to go Nature's Prophet,
I speak for the trees.
which is
Okay.
what are we looking at here? That's off lane Nature's Prophet, mid Lycan, safe lane Necro, or mid Necro, I guess maybe. So Nature's Prophet, I guess, going off lane. Who knows? Lots of options.
Could be a mid Prophet.
Could be a mid Prophet.
10 seconds
You don't like the mid
Don't
Prophet?
like too much. It's hard to get your treants into lane because you have to bring them from behind you a bit,
5
and
seconds remaining.
doesn't have the same lane control and push that other mid laners have. But that means what? We had Necro on the off lane. Moon Meander, he's probably a Furion player. Sounds about right.
So what do Admiral want to grab here? This final pick for themselves.
Necro in the mid lane.
Could be Mirana in the mid or the safe lane. So at the
So
moment where you got it put in the side lane. So what do they want mid?
maybe some magic damage since you're versing Necrophos. And they've got a lot already with Mirana, Willow, Timbersaw. That's pure damage.
Choose your
Similar
hero.
idea, similar thing.
I mean, there's
again,
decent magical damage between the Necrophos, Shaker, and Jakiro, but obviously the Prophet and the Lycan, they don't really bear any sort of worries for a Timbersaw.
yeah, he can just lane against the Nature's Prophet if they want. Don't really want him against the Necro maybe, so I'm down safe lane. Around in mid. Not really sure. Timber's a hero you want to solo, so
Yeah.
lots of things possible. We'll send Silencer up top. You're trialing. No, you don't really want to trial with Enigma. That sounds terrible. Who knows what's going to be? We'll leave the heroes to their devices. They're having fun.
Okay.
They'll move themselves.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, so this is game 3. The deciding match, the final match of the Southeast Asia Regional Qualifiers. The winner of this match is coming to the LAN. They're coming to the Corsair Dream League Minor and loser end of the road. They wouldn't have made it to the major, and they wouldn't have made it to the minor either. So a lot resting on this game. We've got to do a prediction, Parker. You're still on 100% accuracy today. I did miscall the last game. I trusted the Jug and the Nagazara, and it was a mistake.
I'm going to go Admiral.
You're going to go?
I like it. Enigma.
Yep.
Once again, this time they haven't, shot themselves in the foot while picking Enigma, so it's going to win this one.
I am going to go with... I got to go with you as well. I have to go with with Admiral. I think, the Enigma, the fact that they've got the Mirana, this hero is just not losing games, and I think the Timbersaw is going to have a pretty decent time. Like, I'm a little worried about with the Jakiro and the Necrophos. You get an Ice Path, you lay down the combo, Reaper Cypher, you can kill him with the magical that you have, but he's probably going to get a hood and such. And overall, I do just get the feeling that the stronger team in this series is Admiral. And last game, they just made a pretty big boo-boo with the draft, and I don't think they've made that mistake this game, coming into game 3.
Cool. We'll see how it pans out, though. I think for Tigers, they've definitely got some answers to the Timbersaw, which is important. It wasn't this gotcha moment where Timber comes out.
You can never sort of forget the fact that they have the Lycan and the Prophet. Like, that is an insane amount of sort of push, wrap potential, split push. If there's an opportunity for them to get one of these heroes alone in a lane, and there's no way to react to it, it can be hard for half of the side of Admiral to deal with, because you look at Admiral's lineup, and one of the weaknesses, Buck, is they don't really have the best way of sort of D-pushing, right? In terms of if one hero is getting stepped, like there's the 2 supports.
Yep.
They find out how to stop a push. Obviously, with the Dark Willow, there's sort of the potential to catch the hero, maybe even kill the hero with the damage from the Bedlam. But in terms of sort of cleaning out, armies of Necro Books and Wolves and Treants, it's not too easy for a lot of Admiral's members.
No.
So
And
maybe the push could sort of overwhelm them.
The one that's best is Timbersaw, and he's a hero that doesn't really want to be deep pushing. He wants to just be pushing side lanes himself. He's kind of a split pusher in his own way, even though he doesn't hit buildings that particularly well. So it does make it hard for them. Like we are seeing the Necro mid. I think this is a hero where Timbersaw wants a 1v1, and you're always going to find a 1v1 either mid or if you're team tri-lane. And you don't really want to tri-lane with either Enigma or Mirana, so I think Admiral want dual lanes. And Timber has to go mid then, so he's going to find a match against Necro. That's not the greatest, not impossible.
I mean, the death pulse is a bit annoying, but you should be able to keep your reactive armor stacks up still. You're going to be able to get the aggro from the creeps. And you shouldn't, you really shouldn't die. Like, level 6, obviously, you've got to be a bit careful. But before that point, I think you should be able to farm okay.
Yep.
With the spam of the Whirling Death.
Tiger's almost getting all 4 runes. Luckily, Bokarina on the Enigma was a bit faster on the right clicks to get his rune over the Lycan. But down bottom, it will be the Willow Enigma up against Jakiro Lycan.
I'll be interested to see, as surely you're saying in the draft, like, will the Willow exclusively stay down here? You say trialing up top just doesn't really get anything done, because as we've seen Bokarina, he doesn't really need help in these lanes.
He doesn't. It's just, I think the Mirana also does not want to tri-lane. So what I would like to see is just Dark Willow getting a couple levels, level 3 or possibly level 4, and then leaving Enigma alone. These supports that, dual lane for the early XP and then tri-lane for the kills seem to be one of the more effective ways to play it. And I think for now, you don't want to just leave your Enigma alone when you can maybe help out a little bit. And you can't help your tri-lane until you have levels, so you're better off splitting the XP further.
Yeah, the least as well. If you're sticking around here for the first sort of 4 minutes, you should have sort of priority control around those rune spots as well.
Prophet having a great time up top. 8 CS already. There's Talib on the Mirana, getting some CS himself.
Of course, Silencer. Keep spamming the curse onto Moon, but Moon's not going to be too phased by it. Not a hero that's doesn't have the need to spam spells anyway. So we'll never have sort of that extended duration. Mid lane 8 for 2-6 for free.
Yep,
I think as expected, it's just going to be.
They'll both
they can both nuke the creeps,
As Necro gets some levels, and you can see already that Allison taking quite a bit of harass, has the 2nd point reactive arm already, and I think until he gets maybe the 3rd point, he can definitely be harassed quite heavily in this lane. Probably see even like a 2nd point in the Heartstopper or early on. No need for the Ghost Shroud, I don't believe, in this matchup. And then you've got the Veil coming out, so all that magic damage will get amped up pretty early on. So top lane, Zephyr just trying to secure this. Shaker, Furion, pretty strong duo up here. Definitely if any of these heroes step out of position, take too many right clicks, Shaker can always throw out a fissure and see what he can find. But as it stands, both teams just, you know, getting their CS in, not playing for the kills just yet.
Not at all. I mean, neither team at this stage, as you said, have really than the Shaker has sort of that big sort of catch to go for kills. Well, there's just first 2 levels at the moment on both of the side lanes. Once sort of the level 3s come into play, then maybe, for instance, we can start to see, you know, like on the bottom lane, the Willow setting something up.
Yeah,
quick combo.
It's most likely even going to come from Willow TPing top or something. Like down
Turning
bottom with Enigma. Yeah, one of these teams will rotate a support into a tri-lane, or perhaps someone like Shaker could gank mid. I think that when Necro hits 6, a Shaker Fissure could be something that could set up a kill on the Timbersaw. Or even a kill up top on the silencer. No, just a bit of harass. Whoa, double Starstorm. He really wants.
He really wants this.
I don't know about that.
Talib.
That's a feed.
That was a bona fide feed indeed.
And bottom lane, not sure they've got the damage for this one. Tempted body blocks. It's not needed. They've got the kill anyways. Boombacks may pay for it though with his life. Fairy Fire.
Oh, the Dukes though.
Okay, he blocks himself a bit with his own wolf, but stops chasing.
He's good. He's out of there.
Yeah.
Now, if only Talib didn't give away first blood, then Admiral would have been fantastic.
Yeah.
A Talib.
It's tempting to chase there because the last word gives vision, so you can't flog people when you have last word on you. So he's like, oh, I'm going to leap in, get this attack speed.
Oh.
That's Fissure though.
Easy. For Zephyr.
Doesn't lose his clarity, so he'll even maintain his mana regen. You can kind of see, Timbersaw is struggling a bit. It's getting plenty of farm.
I mean, that 6 is about to come. That's the danger point.
Yeah, I'm not sure I like the Soul Ring buy. I think when you're in a matchup where you're getting harassed a lot and constantly low in health, a Soul Ring just isn't as worthwhile because you lose health.
I think you're better just sort of saving for the Arcane straight up if you got the mana issue.
We're getting Bottle. I think Bottle was...
Bottle's
you don't normally want to leave the lane, which is where the ball it doesn't sound great, so maybe not so amazing, but we'll see how he goes. He's going to likely rush a Hood here, like Hood into Bloodstone. Be a kind of standard build, but... Silencer trying to sneak these runes. Not going to get either of them as his team gets 1 down bottom, but not both. So 3 to 1 on the bounty runes. So where are we at? Enigma denying lots of farm. Lycan still getting pretty good CS, but losing out on a bit of experience as a result. Also taking some Eidolons here and there.
A 2k lead for Tigers.
That's pretty decent this early on.
It's a very, very comfortable sort of beginning for them.
Yeah, Necro is pretty scary farm right now.
It's hard for the Timbersaw to come close now that lane once the 6 is online.
Yeah.
Because there absolutely is solo kill potential from that Necrophos.
Yeah, he falls back, he goes for the Shrine.
Yeah.
So he wants to be full health. You can't really be in this lane without full health.
No. If a Fishy comes out of nowhere, bam, you're dead.
Maybe ganking him here. They could both supports on way. Does seem like he's aware of it and playing on the safer side of the lane. Well, also here just to throw out some mazes just for casual harass. Nothing much more to it. We'll use a Cursed Crown, but don't think this is any serious attempt at a kill. And actually he was on a creep wave to maybe reduce some of the siege creep damage on the tower. Or just a misclick. New Dream continuing to pressure this tier 1 here.
A lot of pressure indeed. They may be able to finish it off on this push. Yeah.
With the siege creep, the illusion tanking the tower shot. Not quite maybe, unless the heroes want to start tanking. No, they've got another creep wave. Yeah, this tower's going down.
Yep.
We'll see if it gets denied or not. They really want to make sure they get the last hit.
Oh, Jakiro. Oh, he watches the Bramble. So he will die. TPs are coming in. They'll lay down the Reaper's Dive off to the Willow. As the tower does go down, doesn't get denied, so they will get the tower. And in fact, Zephyr is moving on for more. He's going to find himself the Silencer, the tower, couple of kills. So looking up for Tigers here in game 3.
Yeah, very nicely done. They've got Lycan just farming away while that's going on, which is what you like to see in this early game laning stage. Just Lycan being kind of left alone, not pressured. Good sequence of event. for them. The Dire side there, not farming all too well on the Mirana. Was a tough lane against the Nature's Prophet, but I think the big letdown is this 10th pick Timbersaw losing his lane, as you kind of do against Necro, but when you last pick a hero like a Timbersaw, you should be setting it up for success. You last pick the hero, and instead he finds himself in a very difficult to play matchup.
Yeah, I mean, it feels a little awkward because you can see why they picked the Timbersaw, but then you can't necessarily see why they picked the Timbersaw when you consider the other 4 heroes they have on the team. And in terms of lanes, it felt like they were like, wow, this hero in theory is pretty good this game, but then it's kind of like, well, where do we put it? What does this make our lanes?
Yeah.
Oh, this is actually kind of awkward.
I feel like he should have... He needed to be sent to a different lane from the start. As much as you kind of want your Timbersaw to be solo, even just starting in bottom with the Dark Willow would have been maybe better, because he's the guy who's meant to counter the Lycan a bit, so get him off to a good start and then leave him alone. But either way, they're kind of committed to where the Timber's at now, so they can't really think back. They have to think forward as figure out how to make it work.
Oh, there we go. Has he got the damage, though? I don't think he does, and he certainly doesn't. The shapeshift's out. Boccarino, the man, the myth, the legend on the Enigma in game 1. His legacy's starting to crumble. This is a rough start for him.
Having a great time on Tiger's side. They're just rotating around. This last pick, Nature's Prophet, for them has worked out fantastic as far as being active on the map. It's going to give them this really crazy, scary amount of push between the Lycan, the Nature's Prophet, the summons they bring to the table, and then you've got things like the Necrophos who can just frontline, be this unkillable healing machine. Towers are falling fast. And Admiral don't seem to have the answers just yet.
Yeah, when you sort of are able to play at this pace, it's unlikely that the Timbersaw's going to be something to worry about. You know, obviously with the max reactive that he's not going to dish out much damage at all for quite some time. So you can go for these pushes, you just kind of ignore him.
And you're going to get to a point where you can just burst him too. You have all this magic damage. He's underfarmed. He has a cloak, but no full hood. Bounty Rune's coming out. Gets the Reaper. Not the kill, though. And Necro may pay for this with his life. Has a Ghost Shroud to get out, maybe.
Very brown, but the Fisher will finish off the Dark Willow from Zephyr.
All right. Hey, get the Necro out of there. It looked like it was going to be a tough spot, but having all that extra heal with the raindrops, no points in Ghost Shroud made it a little bit dicey, but ultimately was fine. And that's why the Timber had such a miserable time. 4-0-4 build. Very rarely do you want to go this build, but this is probably one of those scenarios where it definitely is not all too bad. Everywhere the Radiant go, there's just suddenly an army of summons. Some of which will be cleaned up.
Yeah, nice bit of money there for Talib. I give him
that was a
pretty significant bump up on the net worth.
Extra treants being fed over as well.
Radiant's bottom tower,
yeah, lots of heroes top for Tigers. They want to keep taking these towers. They took the mid tower, they're onto the top tower. They know that they're happy to leave the Lycan farming bottom. There's Arjit.
Yep. It's good to leave them down here, because if you don't leave a hero down here, Enigma's just going to push the tier 1. So you can take towers while defending. Can they actually take this tower top, though? Necro could be in some trouble.
He's been silent, but he doesn't seem to care. He's able to walk away. And with that Moonlight Shadow, Admiral, they pushed them away from the tower, but not getting any sort of kills. So Zephyr's getting space mid. I mean, we're 11 minutes in. He's 1,700 towards his Blink Dagger on top of the full Arcane. So having a very nice time on the support shaken down. Bottom Moon. He's in with the TP. Boccarino will respond with an instant TP out himself, though.
Yeah, ambitious shape shift, but not the end of the world. It's going to have fast Necrobooks, and that's really when the Lycan truly comes online and gets his push going. He's not overly interested in dominating and pushing all the towers this early on. Happy to just kind of keep farming, keep his top where he feels like it's a bit better lane to be in, and also there's a tier 1 tower up there that looks a little bit less defended.
Oh, he just slammed the Eidolons. I mean, it's going to give him pretty much close to his Blink.
Eidolons give a lot of gold.
Yeah, I think you got to clean about at least 200 gold from that play.
It's
definitely
one of the downsides of Enigma, and saying you have to be very careful about microing. But yeah, totally fine. I think that Echo Slam is a good one. Not a flashy one, but he'll get the job done, get him up to his Blink Dagger. He's 20 gold short. Needs to be careful not to die here as Nature's Prophet comes in. Looking to get this kill, but...
Ocarino, he's going to drop the black hole. The global silence as well to make sure there's no backup, and that should be enough to allow him to get the profit. Or
got drums, he's pretty fast.
Surely he doesn't get out of this, does he?
Is there another fission?
Oh my goodness.
Oh, he's had the terror race with his totem too.
Oh my goodness. Moon gets out of there.
What a sequence of events for them.
Yeah, great little play between Moon and Zephyr. That Shaker Nature's Prophet combo, keeping the Prophet alive and he gets out.
Yep. That's a very farm core Prophet, so keeping him alive is very nice.
He just committed a black hole for that attempt. Yeah. And a global silence. And you didn't get the kill.
No. Definitely not looking good for Admiral.
Not at all. Tigers, they've found their footing. And they are after a great start here in this game 3, the all-important one. Deciding matchup. The culmination here of the Southeast Asia qualifiers.
Yeah, winner of this one coming here to Sweden.
Yeah.
Joining us in the studio. As things panning out well so far in the early game here for Tigers. They're looking to build up a Yule Scepter on this Necrophos. Give them an answer to the Global Silence. And also just even things like Arcane Curse and whatnot. It's very annoying to play against the Silencer as a Necro, but luckily there is this, cheap cost-effective item you can get.
So
this time around, they will not be...
Oh no, not again.
Okay, they will be.
Not again. They just can't kill Moon.
Okay.
Oh, Moon just somehow lives for every single attempt they do.
Yeah.
As Boom is trying to run, he's getting slowed down by 1437. He'll go for the Terrorize, won't get it out in time though. As Moon he's literally apparently unkillable on this Prophet.
Yeah.
2 times he's come this close to dying.
I would, bet money that time he was actually going to die, but no, needless to say, he's tanky. This drums is 1200 health this early on with the 1 charges. It was enough with some extra help from a Death Bowl seal as well. Shaker's lurking in the trees with a Blink Dagger, but he's been scouted out, so...
The seeds of fortune.
Absolutely ridiculous how well the Tigers have been able to pull this out. After what we saw in game 1, they have just cleaned up their act so much. And it's looking like a totally different team from game 1 here against Admiral.
Yeah, it really is. They got completely destroyed and they bounced back. Had a great game 2 where definitely some draft problems on the other side, but this one, I think the Timbersaw pick maybe right now at least not looking like it has a clear purpose. That can definitely change. But overall, Tigers just playing well as a team.
Yeah.
And even in some great individual plays from Zephyr, from Moon, from the whole team right now.
For Admiral, what is the plan? What is the play? What are you looking to do the magic this game? I mean, they are, as we did see, that they are relying on that Bocarino Enigma once again.
Nope. Found the BKB, found the Blink Dagger, and go for some black holes. Fortunately, I'm not going to use the Reaper. It says it's not worth it for a 5 position. I like that decision.
Not top.
Bocarino.
They will find Zephyr.
Yeah.
Maybe they can get this Necrophos as well. No, he's not got arrow. Already used it.
Oh, Elson doesn't have the mana yet. Will
go for it!
Yep.
He's got it. He's going for, what was it? He's going for the Vanguard this game. Against all the summons.
Yep.
Prophet and the, like him.
Really good. Just need to tank up, and the Vanguard, the Hood, these type of items together give you a lot more survivability than the Bloodstone, even though Bloodstone gives you health, doesn't give you any of that damage block, magic resistance. That's also valuable. Second Necro book is online, so almost at that Necro 3 timing, but even before that you can of course go and make some tower pushes and use those earlier levels of Necro books.
Yeah, they want to try and go with the slam. They got the wraparound looking towards the jungle, see if they can get out at the moment. Bocarino's up there. Zephyr's around the river.
And he's lost his helm creep. His helm giving up some significant gold.
Illusion.
And he is being approached, but luckily he has the high ground for now.
They're going to see him.
Yeah. Shaker.
Doesn't need the slam for this, but
They're going to global with the black hole.
That's even
Where's
better.
The follow-up? Oh, that Centaur stun. That's nice.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, that was almost perfect.
But they get the Lycan.
Yeah, can they get any more?
I think they're going to get Zephyr too. He's going to pop the slam to try and hold back the Dark Willow, but he'll lose his life.
Moon somehow getting out a sliver of health from another gank as they come close to killing In Your Dream, but he's healing. He's got way too much from the kill.
He's got the backup from Moon as Allison. The trees have got him. Tigers, can they get even more out of this? Drums are popped. Trying to chase this silencer. They have that Yule Scepter into the ice path. As despite sort of the first time where it looked like Admiral Dota were going to be able to hit back, and they did. They got a couple of kills. They get that Lycan. They still nonetheless lose their fight. You got a Necrophos coming out of it with a triple kill. As he is now sailing ahead this game. In Your Dream up there at the top. 10k net worth. And a 6k lead overall here by Tigers.
Already level 16 too. Working on that BKB. So Orchid completed on Moon's Nature's Prophet. And give them a nice way to set up and go on some of these harder to kill heroes like Mirana and Timbersaw. Take away some of those escape options.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Ends up going for the Bloodstone on Timbersaw. See if he can start building up some charges. Right now with how the game's been going with only 6 kills on Admiral, does feel like that's a tricky challenge. But BKB for Enigma about to be completed, so a minute away from the black hole, we could see Admiral look to make some big moves of their own.
Talib, he's going to mid. Jumps forward, finds 1437. He's got the right click. Oh, yeah, just gets the kill.
While that was going on, though, Roche claimed by Lycan.
Archie getting bigger and bigger on his Lycan. A very scary force now.
Just understanding they can use all these summons to very easily kill Roche this early on. Doesn't have to save the Necrobook for a fight or a push. You can just grab an Aegis, wait for the cooldown, and then look to go for some more towers.
Yeah. So can they really swing this one around with that BKB black hole? How long till black hole? There's still a bit of time, right?
Another 23 seconds, maybe?
Yeah. That really is the big spell they need to fight around. They're going to have a chance. And even then, they've got to watch out for the Reaper's Scythe coming in to cancel the black hole through that BKB. Yeah, it is up now. Top lane. Trying to make a bit of go on to Allison. They do have the Rod of Atos holding him in place. Global Silence is going to come out.
Oof. Defensive. Oh, they have the Yulsa.
Oh, they do.
Yeah. You don't need spells.
He's still dead.
Oh, you global and he still dies. That's Bloodstone charges as well. That's
rest in peace, Bloodstone charges.
Increased respawn that isn't to increase because of the Bloodstone.
Yeah.
But
and there, it's running kill after kill. He can't even get the Terrorize. Oh, don't do it.
He used the BKB though. Now he's not going to have it.
He was thinking about it, but he doesn't drop the black hole.
But he's going to die now. And
oh no,
that is brutal.
It is. They are overrunning them. Tigers with this army. They could just push up to their base now. There's no Enigma for 40 seconds. Mid lane, Talib. He's doing a good job of killing 1437. He's done it a couple of times, but oh, he's in trouble.
He'll survive this, but with the fissure, he might not survive.
Oh, he's dead.
Yeah, he's dead.
And their base is in trouble too. Oh, jit. He's punching. He's digging his claws deep into those barracks. As what can Admiral do to push them back? 10 seconds and they will have the Enigma back in with the black hole.
Yeah, they're trying to buy that time because...
Can they keep that melee ranks alive? Oh, Ajit wants it.
All Tigers want.
Oh, yeah.
One thing, it's the melee racks and they'll get it.
Dire's top barracks has fallen.
Can they punish them at all? Arjit's going to get hit by the Cursed Crown Stone, but he's already out of there. They can't chase. So Tigers getting the melee axe 22 minutes in. Good timing indeed. Their lineup just really coming together. This like and profit, the power of the push. Oh,
95%.
95. I mean, they did just take a 22-minute melee racks.
Yeah,
But that's high. 95%.
it's high, but these early Raxes, the late game of Dire is not that scary in terms of scaling carries. Like, Mirana is not bad, but not great. Timbersaw is meant to be a hero that dominates the early to mid game, and yeah, Enigma, well, he's a great late game hero, but he's not going to carry on his own. You normally be pairing Enigma with other heroes that are going to go late game as well.
Oh.
They may look to bring him down when they've got the Reaper. They won't get a chance to use it. Ooh.
He's up at the high ground. The global silence keeping him safe.
They still have this Reaper. He gets to the shrine though. I think Necro was out of range to use his Yules there, maybe to stop that Timber Chain away. Away. Global down again. These globals just continuing to be used very defensively in nature.
Look at this down bottom. Zephyr's been found. He will drop the slam. He's trying to hold down this Marauder, but the Curse Crown's actually going to hit onto the two of them. As they lose the Shaker, Arjit trying to retreat, but they're hot on the chase. Arjit can get himself up to safety. He's up on the high ground, Allison. Trying to finish him off with the burst. One more Chakram gets thrown out. They'll kill off the Aegis. Do they want a black hole for this one? That's the question. Buccarino doesn't look like he'll need to, as they'll just go for the punches, and indeed they'll be able to right-click down Arjit. As Arjit's gone. The base, though. Got to get back. Jakira's knocking onto the tier 3s. Willow's in. Moon. So they can go for a play, but nothing like that. That is Admiral Dodo. They get a couple of kills. They don't have to use the black hole.
Yeah, they can finding kills with that hole. That's great news for them. Farm up, complete his Blink Dagger now as well. Make it a whole lot easier for him to control those next couple team fights with his ultimate.
Yeah, a lot of weight on him. A lot of weight on this Enigma. Boccarino. Can he find the black hole that could secure, as we were sort of saying before, I believe probably the first international LAN for some of these players. I think for all of the players on Admiral. It will be a huge milestone for them to reach. Getting the spot here at the Corsair Dream League Minor.
Cool. They've got a long way to go.
Yeah.
They're playing from a 10,000 gold deficit, a 5% win chance deficit according to Dota Plus.
Yeah.
But
and about 20,000 miles as well.
We'll see what they can do. The Blink Dagger is up and Enigma's ready to go. Just the Necro Reaper to cancel that BKB black hole right now.
Tigers keep it cool. It's going to be hard to break this lead.
Yeah, they're going to just look to control the map, control Roches. I mean, they've taken all the out towers except the one down bottom. And they're looking to keep getting these next couple of items going.
Dire's bottom shrine is under attack.
Very handy Atos pickup by Necro. Not a conventional item, but pretty good for the stats it gives. A lot of survivability, and then also the root being very annoying for Timbersaw and Mirana to play against. Timbersaw, he's in the front lines. He's baiting. He's trying to set up the Enigma for a black hole. But it seems like Tigers know exactly what's going on. Ooh, yeah, very close.
The arrow! Ooh!
Hit, but
got him.
Don't really have a good way to get down there.
No.
Some of them do, but not all.
Top lane, they're going to have to back up and clean up.
Yep.
The wave was coming in. Siege Creep. Doing his best for the cause of the Tigers.
Yep.
Invisibility.
It's Prophet Silver Red, so...
Yeah, good answer for the Timber.
Yep. That's true.
Good stats. Good cooldown. Time for the Moonlight Shadow play.
Yeah, where are they hunting? They saw them... Nature's Prophet bottom, but he just pushed the wave into a tower, so he's not going to stick around to push a tower when he feels like there's heroes missing from the map. They're just a bit late making this move, and yeah, the Moonlight Shadow is going to be scouted out and easily red. Tower gets denied, so they don't give up the gold, but still not quite perhaps what they were hoping for.
Dire's bottom shrine is under attack.
Go! Go!
Just not letting themselves trip up Tigers. Not taking any fights that they don't need to.
Yeah, it really is very disciplined.
Yep.
They understand.
They know how close they are.
Yeah, and they're close. They know when their timing is going to be. They recognize they want to wait for next Roshan, perhaps. Wait for another item or two, like a BKB on Lycan, for example. They've also already got the melee Rax advantage. When you get that first Rax advantage, it's so much easier to sit back. Even when you have that kind of pushing lineup that's more on a timer, you can sit back, wait for another Roche, complete a few more items. And they probably see this lineup on the dire side, like, you know, this Black Hole's pretty scary to push into. We're in no rush. They also don't have the best late game carries to go alongside the Enigma, so let's just farm. Here come Admiral, though. They're moving out of the map, but don't seem able to find all too much with the smoke. There's one BKB on the Furion. Here, BKB being popped.
Yeah, they're going for it.
Black Hole.
That's nice. The arrow as well. It's going to catch onto the Prophet. That's going to be Moon Dead. The Terrorize comes down. That's going to set them to get the kill on Necrophos too.
And Shaker maybe. His blink was cancelled. He's dead.
That is exactly what they were looking for from Boccarino. Sets up for 3 kills. They do lose the 2 supports. Talib, he's actually going to be able to jump down and find 1437 as well. Admiral Dota. That's the kind of play they need to happen. Boccarino finding those black holes, catching them off guard, and that a couple more of those and they're back in the game.
Absolutely. He's going for the Lincolns to stop the Reaper as a cancel. I don't even think he has to be too afraid of the Reaper, because Necro should be one of the heroes he prioritizes the most being in Black Hole, and then you don't have to worry about the cancel. Just a hero that's always going to be in the front lines as well. Necro's kind of often just sitting up there as this super tanky frontliner, so just, yeah, Black Hole him. Don't worry about the cancel. Lincolns will mean that he can Black Hole Lycan or someone else now as well and not have to 100% focus in on one hero, but suddenly this game not quite as one-sided as it once was, and this is partly why Tigers were playing conservatively, because they fully recognized and understood the power of Black Hole.
They've got to respect Boccarino.
Yep. But it was used, and immediately 80% only now. Big swing.
Yeah, Gaben's like, hold up. Oh, Boccarino. Shit. Ooh. Didn't want to go for that, man. Didn't want to go for it.
Nope. Happy just forcing out the BKB, and here's the second Roche. This is the reason why Tigers weren't going all in to take fights, but did get caught out because they want to make sure they have an Aegis first. Something Admiral cannot stop. They don't have Black Hole. No chance to really do anything at all about this one. They stay there. They're going for a kill, which is, I think, fine in itself. Probably not seeing no Roche contest though, but Lycan picking up Aegis.
You get the setup here maybe for more. They pop down the Bramble Maze. The BKB comes out from Moon. Let's prop the Sprout, but he's going to be unable to control the Dark Willow for now. Curse Crown out onto the Lycan. Lycan trying to look towards Allison, but Allison continues to timber chain away. The Necro books her out. Allison looks to turn to try and burst them down, but they've got the buff from the pipe. They're still alive for now, and now we'll cut them out. Couple of Necro book kills there for the Timber Store. More money into his bank, and just an update at the moment in CIS. So some spoilers. Espada versus Empire. I've just been informed that Espada are 1 game up at the moment in that series.
Ooh.
And of course, that is the series. What the winner of that goes on to play Na'Vi? What is that? That is that series, right? Yeah.
Still hunting. Enigma. Doesn't have Black Hole for 5 seconds and misses the arrow. I think it was a second. Yule's coming to play.
The Global Stun is coming out. They're fully focused in the Necrophos. And they get it. They're going to be cursed by the Curse Crown. Jump forward. They're all so close to each other. The Black Hole comes out. It holds the 2 left alive as they've lost 2 on Tigers. Archie's got the BKB. He's trying to turn and fight. They will kill off the Mirana. Jump forward from Zephyr. Has the Echo Slap. The control onto the Timber Storm. But Allison, he's still alive. He's able to Timber change the side. He's got the silence helping him out. He's thinking about going back in, but Moon back up to full health. Allison, fissured by Zephyr, comes out onto both of them. Allison will kill himself with a Bloodstone Deny. There'll be the TP out just in time from the Silencer. But that looked like Admiral again. It was another great fight. They did lose heroes off the back of it. They are going to lose the Enigma as well. So Tigers making sure that time round, even though Admiral get a good start to the fight, Tigers will be able to still come out on top at the end of the day.
It was a great start to the fight for Admiral. I don't think they should have committed the black hole there because they'd already kind of killed the Necrophos initially, and the black hole was on a support that was going to die, or at least wasn't really that important, and the Aegis Lycan. So getting the Lycan, they don't even kill him the first time, and they don't want to because he's BKB'd in that black hole. He has Aegis, so ultimately it would have been better just to back off, reset, and try and buy some time. Wait for Aegis to expire. When you're playing into this Aegis and you are outside your base taking fights, they better be good ones, because otherwise you should just be, you know, turtling, defending your high ground. Put the pressure on the other team to get something done with their Aegis rather than feeding them kills. Did make it hard. Moon having a cheese to turn that one around, of course. Not just the Aegis to worry about. He's getting pretty scary with the BKB and now Daedalus queued up. His right-click damage is really starting to add up. The high ground defense will now be tested. No black hole for this one.
The shapeshift, ready to go. Arjit. Focus in the tier 3, but it'll run you down if he sees a squishy opportunity to go upon.
Furon, meanwhile, snipes the mid-tier one, tier 3. What was that? They get they get that with the Nature's Prophet, so you can fall back and take some shrines now.
Yeah, Moon is causing a lot of issues for Admiral Dota. Pressure that he's applying with the Prophet, 6-1-11 as well. He's had a fantastic game 3. As the Fisher comes out, and the Dark Willow instantly, Moonlight Shadow will come through. Just to keep them safe, not looking to do anything aggressive. Cooldown on the black hole, what are we looking at? Still probably about 20. No, he's there. Back up. Back up now. Just came back online. I like the build too. He's got the Aghanims queued up. They need that damage.
Yeah, the Timber's not quite doing enough. Miranda's not really that hard carry. When you're lacking that really good carry to follow up your black hole, sometimes this is the way you got to go. Miranda, I think, recognizing the lack of damage also, is saying, I got to get a Daedalus. Let's do this. Let's go all in on the right-click damage. Not going too defensive. Timber close to 25, doing up an Ag. Could be in some trouble.
So if they can burst him, they'll put the Reaper's Scythe down, it's enough.
And that was with global use.
He's not got buyback. 100 seconds without a listen.
What a big kill to get. So nicely set up here, all on the Enigma now to defend the high ground.
It's an incredible black hole. It's going to be hard to get though. But you had the Terrorize. Do have ways of pushing back, Arjit.
Yeah, it's still difficult to push.
You still got that Aegis though.
I don't know if he has it for much longer though. Maybe. Oh, it's about to expire now. So that will be maybe the end of the push. Hard to say if they want to try and risk it with Timbersaw down. It does feel like it may be a bit of a gamble with Enigma's black hole in the playing field. And if they've seen the Lincolns, they now know, okay, we actually can't cancel it with Reaper. Reaper is still being on cooldown as well.
Still maintaining this 12k lead, Tigers. And it would be ever so painful for them if they let this one slip away, because if you remember in that series where they were...
Got the wolves on the Enigma. Enigma cannot blink as a result.
So BKB being popped by Arjit. Wants to get these kills and he'll get it. Dark Willow's gone, buys back straight away. Still 15 seconds without the Timber, still the mid lane. Getting pressured in as well. Jump fall from Bocarino. BKB comes out from Moon. Bocarino won't commit the black hole, he'll hold on to it. Bottom lane, they're losing the melee racks.
They really want to keep these melee alive so they can heal up. Doing everything they can to clear out the summons.
They've even picked up the Crimson Guard on the Timber Saw to help out the barracks.
This Rax is so low though. Jakiro's trying to burn it. It's worth throwing away your life almost at this point with how low it is. And they don't get the melee barracks bottom.
Lives on just 75 HP. Daedalus complete on the Mirana. So they do have a lot of damage, but as we've seen, they're very hard to sort of get their hands on bottom lane. There's our middle lane Zephyr. Jumps forward. Not going to have anything else to throw out onto Boomy. Tigers. I was just saying, you know, but just before TI, you got to remember that series, Tigers, they were going to win it. They let it slip away. They tasted victory. It's been so close to them before, and it's so close to them here again. But they let it slip away on their run to TI. This run to the minor.
Kind of, not with this exact roster, but formed quite some time ago under Theban's leadership, trying to put together a SCA championship team. And we're close, but couldn't quite do it with the old roster. And definitely, Theban's been on a lot of successful teams over the years, and is definitely expecting more out of the team he put together. And very close to qualifying for their first big land.
Yeah. He's been on 37 different teams. I did make that up.
That is soon, but you know, I also believe it. Why not? So, how's this Timbersaw going to do here in the late game? It just feels like he's kind of past the point of where he was meant to be as a hero. As that early game dominator, he can still dish out some good damage. Oh, actually didn't commit to the Lincolns, went for the Hags first, so interesting.
I do like that. He's got to carry the game.
And he's got the money for both, but I think he's decided that he's going to be black holing the Necro a lot, so you don't need the Lincolns if that's the case.
And here we go.
Yep.
Leading forward. He's got his eyes on the Necrophos, pops the BKB.
Poor stuff though. He might still get the black.
Oh no, Boccarino! Oh,
they still kill Earthshaker.
Can they kill anything else though? Boccarino's running. He's going to go down. They've got to get big kills here. Talib's doing a lot of damage with that Daedalus.
Timber's also hurting them.
The buybacks are coming out though. Necrophos is back in. The Timbersaw has to use the Bloodstone Suicide. They've got buybacks on Admiral Dota, but that was not the play from Boccarino.
What a
He doesn't have
hero.
that black op.
Whoever
Such a
force
long
stopped
time.
him may have just won this game. I'm guessing Jakiro, Theban, 1437 has one. I think his is the only one.
They're going to have to buy back probably on the Mirana as well. I mean, there's no shake. Maybe they can clear out the waves without it. But you can test your Tigers. They want to get straight in this base right now.
Level 25, Nature's Prophet says, these runes are all mine.
Doesn't have to walk anywhere. Can Admiral at the least hold on without having to buy back on the Mirana?
It's looking like it might be possible, but pressure is going to keep on coming with Black Hole still down. 77 seconds.
Yeah. The Fear sending them away with that Terrorize. It's back forward. He's going to put the BKB. He's going to use this BKB to try and commit for the racks. The Crimson Guard, though, of course, keeping those racks pretty safe there.
This was racks that had 70 health just 3 or 4 minutes ago, and they couldn't quite finish it off. They didn't want to fully hard commit for it. They may be feeling like they should have just taken it when they could, even if they lost a hero or two back then.
Yeah.
Because it is hard work pushing this high ground into
Very
Midnight Pulse, Chakrams, all these annoying spells.
Go for the Roche. The refresher shot.
Yeah.
Get that one on the. And I'd say the Shaker, but maybe even at this point, so with double shapeshift, double BKB, so they can just hit racks.
We even see the Necro.
Oh, double Necro, yeah.
Reapers,
double
pretty long
Reapers.
cooldown.
Now they have come out here, Admiral, trying to fight around the pit. It's going to be hard though. And we'll get the Shaker. Doesn't look like Tigers want to sort of try and fight, despite the fact that they have got all the fruits of Roshan.
Yeah,
I'll let the Shaker die.
maybe just get into a bit of a better position and reset.
Yeah, you know, they can wait the 50 seconds. They don't have to, I guess, go for some of those crazy calls.
Good use of the arrow out of the Yule Scepter. It's an illusion room picked up bottom by me. It's got more damage items queued up next. Just to be a little bit careful of your Tigers. Your lineup definitely doesn't scale too amazingly well into the late game either. Not just the Enigma who lacks those kind of great late game partners, but heroes like Lycan kind of start to fall off as well as the Nature's Prophet.
As we've seen, late game, Marana does a lot of damage.
This is why he maybe didn't commit to the Lincolns.
As we all know, Refresher Aghanims, it will... every one of those heroes goes to 100 to 0. There are certain heroes in the game that can survive the quadruple Midnight Pulse, effectively. And none of those are any of those.
Nope. I'm not sure if you want to use all 4 of the Midnight Pulse double black holes on one hero. But
no, but I'm saying if he gets a 5-man, I'm saying if he gets a 5, he can get a 2.
Sure.
If he gets the 5-man black hole, the dream, he's got all the damage.
Yep, absolutely does.
I mean, if he, as you say, probably not just normal, but if you can get at least 2 and just guarantee kill those 2 heroes, then your Marana's going to clean up. You're going to win that team fight. I really say, if he gets a 2-man black hole, they're going to win the team fight.
I think the first black hole can even be a 1-man Necro black hole because you have a second one. So if that first on the Necro, just to make sure you don't get any black holes cancelled, and then you refresh and look for like a 1 or 2-man black hole. That sounds fine to me. The issue is maybe the Nature's Prophet who can right-click you down. So if he's in a position to right-click Enigma, Enigma is pretty squishy. And Nature's Prophet right-clicks very hard at this stage with the items he's got. Very cautious about pushing, even with the Roche pieces in their hands. Very tense times. 15k gold lead doesn't necessarily feel like it. As all it's going to take, though, is a big pick-off or 2 for the Radiant side. They've got the Necro ultimate. They do manage to get an extended duration kill on somebody. That can be so brutal. But some of these big 25s coming in. Triple arrow. Not necessarily a game changer, but you never know. Just makes it so much more likely that an arrow lands because of kind of how easy to dodge they can be if you don't have a good setup. Never know what you're going to find with them.
And it could be quite nice. You know, just these situations where obviously Tigers as a team, they want to sort of be split apart because of the threat of the black hole. You see a triple arrow coming in, sometimes you sort of have to hold hands to dodge the ones at the side, and then bam, next thing you know it, you're in a black hole.
Has the small added bonus of being a scouting tool as well when you're kind of stuck in your base, playing against a gem and a lot of vision. Being able to scout can be helpful. Hex on Jakiro though, so a lot of scary lockdown and just scary item progression items coming out of Tigers as far as what low tech have to deal with it.
On down bottom straight away. They look for the jump with the black hole. He gets 3 of them. Bocarino is the perfect. It's the dream as they kill 2. The Shaker's down. The Age is gone as well. They need more. Are they going to be able to do it? He has got that second black hole. Are they ready? Then he's in again. He's got the control. Who's he got in the midst of it all? Can they get that kill? It's the Nature's Prophet, and they can. He's dead. 2 dead without buyback. Arjit's trying his best to fight on as he looks towards Talib. Talib, 1 leap, but Arjit will clean him up. The damage too much from this Lycan. The ice path comes through as Arjit gets the triple kill. Alison's down as well.
Oh, they're still chasing. It's fight not over yet.
Admiral.
No more shapeshift.
Can they do anything more? Can they get Arjit? They're brought back for this one. 3 buybacks. They're playing around with him. Arjit's got the backup. Bocarino's in. He's got a Midnight Pulse to offer, but no further black holes, of course. As Arjit will retreat.
Arrow off the mark. Didn't have the leap charges to chase, and the fissure blocked them off. Arjit and his cheese just turning that fight around, it looked like.
So much as I like him, but overall, I mean, there's the power of the Aghanims. 9k damage done by this Enigma. This is the late game threat, the late game worry. The Tigers have to be so careful of, but they are getting the easier kills there. You see Arjit finding the silencer. There is 2 dead on Tigers, but there's 3 dead on Admiral. 1 alive is the Enigma, and no black hole for 90 seconds. So Arjit's in. He's pushing forward. Talib jumps forward. He's trying to bring down on this Lycan. The crits are hurting. He has to back away, Arjit. He's got to respect the right click with his Daedalus and the attack speed that the Marana has. There's the Rax on the bottom lane. They're still getting beaten down upon. They have a fortification. 15 seconds before the Timbersword's back in the game with the Crimson Guard. Can they keep that melee Rax alive? That's the question. The arrow not going to connect. Arjit trying to go forward. The Lotus Orb's there. And there's the jump. They've got the Echo Slam. They're holding in place this Mirana. Mirana will go down. He does not have buyback. But Arjit does. Arjit's back in as Tigers. They'll take the bottom set of racks. 20 seconds before Silence is in. 30 seconds before the Dark Willow's back. 2 minutes without that Mirana. 40 seconds before the Black Hole is back on. As they're in towards the mid, Tigers, as they look towards taking the Mega. Zephyr jumps forward. Enigma will go down. He has got buyback immediately to respond to the Reaper's sight. How long until that Black Hole? 24 seconds. It's a long 24 seconds for Admiral.
Yeah, they already have the Mega Creep, so Tigers may just be content to kind of back off and settle down, but Arjit has other ideas.
He wants this game over.
Yep, he wants the tier 4 towers. He wants to maybe go for the throne.
10 seconds. Bocarino. Can he do something incredible here? The Mega Creeps are up. He needs to find that perfect jump, but it's going to be so hard to do, so they've lost the Dark Willow.
Getting picked apart here one by one.
The tier 4's going down. The Creeps, they'll see him. So Tigers have got vision. They know exactly where this Enigma is. 13 seconds until he has the double. There's the BKB. He jumps forward, but he can't find a big one. He can only get one of them. He does get the Lycan in it, but Bocarino will fall. He gets right-clicked down by mid, but the Eidolons, the amount that they have with the extra damage, they just rip through the Nature's Prophet, but there's a buyback for Nature's Prophet. Only the Timber and the Silencer are 38 seconds before the Mirana's back in as Admiral Dota. They're losing all heroes. Back to the fountain. They're getting pushed back. Allison will fall. 5 dead on Admiral Dota. GG well played is called. The congratulations handed out as well as Tigers have secured themselves a space here at the Corsair Dream League Minor as they win the Southeast Asian Regional Qualifiers.
Whew. They took the tough road. They dropped down to the lower bracket, getting 2-0'd by Admiral. They made it look even tougher when they lost game 1 of this series, but they bounced back.
They really did. What a sort of comeback from them. We saw them have a tough series the other day, yesterday against Admiral Dota. And as you said, looking at game 1, it looked like it was only going to continue. It looked like Admiral Dota just had these guys sorted, but they were able to turn it around, get the wins. And Admiral Dota, commiserations obviously to them. These guys, they showed a lot of hope, a lot of promise, but they will not make it to the minor. As Tigers, they've claimed that slot. And as we were saying, this has been a long road to this, I think, for 1437 as lads. You know, you said having a bit of a change around, obviously, since the TI qualifiers, but they were unable to get to the major. Now they've managed to do it here. They've managed to top the group, the playoffs. They come out on top of Lotac, on top of Boom ID, and on top of Admiral Dota to get themselves that Southeast Asian spot at the minor.
Yeah, very happy for those guys. It's been a long time coming. In Your Dream touted as one of the next rising stars of the region. A lot of talent on this team. Great to see Moon Meander back playing on LAN. He's had a quiet past year, not really being featured in any of the top tier 1 Dota 2 teams, but after obviously great success in the past, so he's perhaps going to be coming back. He's hungrier than ever to prove the doubters wrong, and he's going to be here in Sweden, so very excited to see them competing against Complexity and TFT and, well, 5 other teams that we're going to be finding out throughout the rest of today.
Absolutely. Some fantastic players that we are going to see come through from Tigers as they'll be coming over here to sunny old Sweden. Well, probably not actually that sunny as the year goes on, but it'll be what was around October, and it'll actually be kind of gloomy. But it's nice. It's
never heard it called sunny old Sweden before.
Yeah, no, that's probably the wrong descriptive word to use. It's nice. It's why we get so many good gamers here. It's great to stay indoors. You know, you're in Sweden, you're playing video games, you look out the window, it's like, oh, there's no sun. I'll just have to keep playing video games. Feels amazing. I love it here. So they're coming over.
Yep.
So I'm looking forward to seeing the Tigers lads on LAN, as you said. How are these guys going to be able to sort of hold up against the international teams? I think quite well. This was a tough region. You know, you really can't sort of discredit how strong these Southeast Asian teams were that we had in the minor qualifiers, nonetheless. You know, this isn't even sort of the top of SCA. This is the sort of the next step, but they're still feeling very much like teams that could absolutely contest any other region at the moment. With some regions with ease.
Yeah, I think just kind of getting a better picture now of who's going to be there and seeing some of the teams that might, like we know Navi or Espada or Empire is going to be there. I'm like, you know, Tigers maybe like slight underdogs against those teams, but they're not going to get blown away. They're going to be close, competitive.
I think you can even favour them towards the sort of the top half of the teams that we have turning up to LAN. So yeah, congratulations to Tigers, but that is it for Southeast Asia, ladies and gentlemen. You guys are going to love this. We're going to go to Europe now. I know there's some EU Dota fanboys and fangirls in the chat. That's right, EU Dota is kicking off, I believe, roughly in about half an hour. So what we're going to do, it's going to have a little bit of a break. Me and God's going to chill out for 30 minutes, have a bit of a breather so we can sort of gather ourselves, get the energy ready, because the first series we're going to be going into is going to be Liquid versus Lithium. Loser is out of the running for the minor, and as we said yesterday, who stopped Liquid on their road to the major? It was Lithium. So could it happen again that Lithium not only knock Liquid out and making a chance and making a shot at getting to the major, but they could do it again here in the minor qualifiers. So do not go anywhere. In the meantime, what we're going to do is we are going to show you what's going on in CIS. As the CIS series is still going on, but because we are going to sort of hop into that game and then hop back out of it, we're going to take a break. We're just going to put it on the screen so you guys got something to watch for the time being. But there'll be a timer on indicating when we're going to be back with Europe. Liquid versus Lithium is going to be the